keeps on raining, the levee's gonna break. Cheers, everybody. Happy Monday. Good start to the week. I saw some people saying that. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Great start to the week, huh? I mean, it's just like bleeding a little bit higher, right? Oh yeah, beep, 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 boop, 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 boop. Like I said, we talking robots tonight, at least at some point. Actually, we will for a little bit, because I got some questions I need to pose. I was working on some new things, and I'm like, I don't know if these things count as robots or not, but we'll touch base on that later. But yeah, good start to the week, huh? It got up. Where did it get to? It was like mid 14s there for a little bit, huh? And then, what was the volume? 13. Oh, and what did the market do today? I actually forgot to check this. Hold up. It was down, wasn't it? Whoa. That was kind of a big down day. Oh, I missed this. But the Russell was down the least. Oh, and I saw something too. I saw some people talking about value stock potentially coming in favor. I'll touch base on this in a little bit. But we've been talking about that a little bit, where there could be a little bit of a tailwind here if value stocks start coming in favor. But I'll touch base on that a little. As far as the GameStop news goes, right? First, we did have some news today, right? That the gift guy come out. Hey, I saw you doing some work. I saw lots of people doing some work this weekend on StockTwits and on Twitter. A lot of people sharing some of their research and stuff. Uber, I know Uber's here. Uber, I already got your shit queued up. Uber's already been trying to work through some of the revenue sharing agreements, model out what that might look like. We'll definitely get into this today. And like I always say, Uber's just tossing out some numbers, right? He's trying to tossing out some numbers grounded in reality, trying to be reasonable about it. Here's some numbers, and then we can agree or disagree with what he's landed on here. But what he's concluded here in the post he's posted in a couple places is like, you know what? This is kind of meaningful given GameStop's current position. And as far as it looking out into the future, those digital revenue streams, you can kind of see there could be more here than even people are appreciating. But we're just tossing some numbers on it. So Uber, we'll get to that. I definitely got that queued up. But then, back to this gift guy. Not much new in here, right? Just talking about they're going to be closed on Thanksgiving Day, right? I know some people were speculating GameStop was going to have to remain open on Thanksgiving just because of the situation. Clearly, that ain't the case. Mostly they're going to be doing their sales earlier in their holiday sales earlier. There's nothing really to this, right? This is just one of their business updates type things. Whether or not we get other PR this week, I know CU's been talking about that for a couple weeks. Could get some this week. I still think that you'd expect some as you get closer and closer to the consoles, but you never know. So that's something to keep an eye out for. So there was a bunch of. So we talked about people doing good research, but there were some good articles that came out past couple of days. Like this one, I thought was sick. Why category leading brick and mortar retailers are likely to be the biggest long-term COVID beneficiaries. So so you can Google this, you'll come across it, by Gavin Baker. But it's on my. I posted on Twitter too. I retweeted it. So check this out. But it's like he's describing GameStop, and so I replied to be like, yo, check out GameStop because this is GameStop. What you're talking about? How I mean they've accelerated their omni-channel experience for folks, and this can allow them to, like not just pull forward some potential free cash flows, but kind of give them lay the foundation for excelling in this current environment. You know what I mean? So I thought this was great. Definitely a must read. Was there something else that I was gonna? I just saw Eeyore post this too, the updated shortage according to the S3's algorithm, right? But I saw the chart, so I'm like, I better like this just to get this on there. Maybe we'll just quickly touch again. Like the thesis is grounded in the fundamentals, right? It's stuff like this is the type of stuff, right? But even still, it's like I always say, it's a fun talking point, right? At least to speculate on. And then I talked about the value investing stuff. We'll get into this. I always say this takes time to come to unfold. Like it's always so early. And then if you check out the comments on this too, they're kind of saying that, where it was the comments somewhere where like people have been saying, oh, is this going to happen? This is going to happen. It happens all the time. But nevertheless, it's like it's still worth checking out because just if there is a tailwind here, and GameStop's kind of performing relatively well right now. If the market was down today, I haven't pulled up a relative type chart like GameStop versus IWM or the S&P 500 or anything like that yet, but it seems to be holding up well, just like it was in March and April. It's holding up relatively well. We're kind of in that stage again here, especially if it keeps running, right? I mean, that goes without saying. It's tripled. And if you check out this chart here, I saw a little gap up today, huh? You see this little gap up? You need a magnifying glass to see it, but you get in there, it's right there. All else equal, right? No big deal, right? It's noise by and large. But nevertheless, you get these three. Now you check out the RSI on the weekly. I mean, this is starting to get into serious overbought territory. It's almost about to breach 80. And some people might say, that means a pullback. But I would just argue, just in general, this is a bullish uptrend. Like it's becoming more and more bullish as this happens, and at times it can result in a pullback. But even still, if it maintains, then it's bullish. You know what I mean? Like when we were doing the earnings release, doing the analysis of the earnings release last month now? Boy, it's 5 weeks ago now. Wow. We said how if it retests down here and then bounces, that's bullish. So even if you get that pullback, if it bounces back, then it's even more bullish. And I'd argue that's kind of what you had here, a part of it, right? But at the end of the day, it always comes down to the fundamentals. So this stuff, like I said, you got nothing else to talk about. You talk about this. But like things like this omni-channel experience, and then if we get the Microsoft, this is the thing. I saw a lot more people. This is the other thing I was going to talk about. I saw a lot more people talking positively about GameStop and this Microsoft partnership. So here's one that I just posted today. I had missed it this weekend. Oh, shout out to Dimitri. I saw Dimitri posted on Seeking Alpha. Cheers to Dimitri. I've some of the ones you posted. I said, oh shit, I hadn't seen it myself, so thank you. But this account right here, 6 million subscribers for this one, and he's kind of talking up this partnership and just saying how I included a quote in my tweet. You can check that out. This one too. This one we'd already talked about this. I think last Wednesday maybe. This was a great one, and then this one too. Where he's really review tech. I think he's got 1 million. Yeah, he's got 1 million subscribers right down there. Like people talking about this in more of a positive light. You know what I mean? And they're not so much security analysts, right? That's not my point. We keep on talking about the evolving sentiment, the changing psychology around this. In not always is this super important, but for a stock like GameStop, as cheaply as it has traded these past 12 months, it's really been beaten down and stayed down. And a big part of my thesis has been, part of this reason for it remaining depressed is because of this really, really heavy bearish sentiment in many spheres. So, I mean, in investment spheres, gaming spheres, there's like a lot of people who've just been negative on it, and I think it's really suppressed it for quite a bit. So you see, when you see this evolution, I keep on saying, you're kind of seeing it happen in real time, and it seems to have been picking up these past couple weeks. And even this weekend, when I was like trying to take the pulse of things, it's the most bullish I have seen people be. I mean, that's going to happen as the price rises, right? That's what I mean, reflexivity, right? The price goes up, more people are bullish. It kind of feeds off of itself, but it's still a data point worth talking about, worth thinking about, worth sharing, because it's meaningful per my analysis. So that was kind of a bit exciting to see the gaming spheres kind of positive about it, really talking it up quite a bit. I was pretty impressed, and they kind of got it. They kind of got it more than some investors out there. I feel like some of the investors I felt they were like focusing on the kind of the wrong things of these GameStop announcements over the past couple weeks. And these gentlemen, they kind of understood how it means, like, hey, maybe there's something here for GameStop, looking out the longer term future. I thought, hey, props to these guys. That's sick. I have anything else here? No, these. If you haven't seen these, I encourage you to check that. This is only a 5-minute video. Check out this one. They do a great job. This one queued up at about 8 minutes. That's where they start talking about GameStop. He talks about it for only a couple of minutes. And then this one, he talks about the GameStop one for the first couple of minutes. So I recommend checking these out. It kind of, again, this isn't the bulk of the thesis, right? Now everyone knows that, right? Check out the GameStop videos on my channel for my personal thesis. But it's this marginal incremental stuff that can matter. And same thing with technical analysis and so forth. So all else equal, you like to see this stuff. And as you bolt it on to the rest of your fundamentals-based thesis, it's good to see. So I still kind of feel like we're in this little box here, this 12, 11 to 16 range. But again, so like all it takes is one news release, right? One really bullish news release, right? I mean, you can have a news release that's neutral. Just because they come out with a news release doesn't mean the market's going to react positively. But as I've repeatedly said now, that I think the market is now going to start viewing this stuff through rose-colored glasses. You can kind of the price action over the past couple of weeks is kind of supporting this belief. Where it's almost like it. I mean, I'll buy it. You can accuse me of being biased. That's perfectly fine. I get that. But in my experience, when people start viewing stuff through rose-colored glasses, it almost doesn't matter what they say. That's why I always say I tilt a little bit bullish, no matter what that PR is going to be. But of course, if it's more substantive, right? If there's more substance to it, it's like people talking about a potential Sony partnership. I have no idea. But if that comes out based on how it responded to Microsoft and how it has held this level, it's up. It's up from when it closed that week following the Microsoft news, right? So if you get a Sony news, who knows what the details are like, but if it's somewhat similar, people are going to start being like, oh, or a Nintendo thing. It doesn't matter what. I mean, if you get a partnership like that, it doesn't matter too much the specifics, but maybe there's another type of a vendor partnership besides those. Many people talk about Sony, but maybe there's something else that we haven't really thought of. You know what I mean? But even still, I think the market's like coming around to this. They're coming around to, oh shit, there's something here with GameStop. And then I think the market might interpret it as bullshit. I have no idea how the price reacts per se. Like the Microsoft bump like 40%. Like, come on. Who's going to forecast? Even I'm not going to forecast that. And I'm bullish on GameStop. But you never really know. That's the thing. GameStop's got these unique factors about it. Then you pile on the short interest, right? But again, that can just accelerate things. You know what I mean? But it's just these fundamental things that if they come out in these next couple weeks, look out. Cheers, everybody. We got some folks up in here. Let's go, huh? David, welcome. A lot of people reaching out to me on Twitter, too. Thanks. I'll see if I can remember some folks. People messaging me stuff. Thank you, everyone who's tweeting me stuff and including my my Twitter handle and stuff, too, because it alerts me to stuff. And so thank you for that, because sometimes I just miss stuff. There's so much damn stuff going on. See you next Tuesday. Cheers. See you. Yeah, I saw See You got one of his tweets liked by, was it Nintendo? Was it Nintendo? I missed. That was sick. That was great. Cheers, See You. He's been posting a lot of stuff out there. Daily, welcome back, Daily. Nice start to the week. I agree. All else equal. Could have been down today 5%. It would have been the same stream, right? Would have been the same stream. But all else equal. I didn't really notice that little gap up. It must have opened up this morning, huh? I kind of missed that. Wow. It was, 14 mids, which was right there, right? And now, like, that 15 is looking increasingly interesting, right? Look at the volume, too. Oh, what's the monthly doing? I didn't pull that up today. Still working its way up there. Oh, it's getting close to overbought. 62. Oh, wow. Okay. Uber saying the clock is nearly run out on the pre-squeeze discount. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we'll see, Uber, right? It's kind of seeming that way. Who knows? Remember, who knows if it's real? I mean, we'll get into this today, right? We'll get into this. I'm sure we'll be talking about this stuff. But again, and I know Uber would agree with this. Most folks would agree with this. But if you just get some big PR this week that's kind of substantiating what GameStop's doing and kind of supporting this belief that GameStop can turn around and stuff, then you're going to get, my point just being, you're going to get, the price is going to rise anyway, right? The fundamentals are what drive this stuff. Not so much the technicals, not the short interest. Like, the fundamentals will do it. Value wins out, right? That's what we say. But indeed, to Uber's point, this stuff could accelerate stuff. That's what I've been saying before. You got the technical analyst folks here. You got the Momo folks. You got the short, people eyeballing the short interest stuff. For fundamentals-based, many fundamentals-based investors, they're only focused on the fundamental stuff. And I used to be that way too, but I've evolved. I'm like, yo, this other shit matters. You at least need to pay attention to this stuff. And even though I don't exactly know how it impacts price action and stuff, I feel like other people are eyeballing that too. And it can, like I said, it can accelerate stuff. So we'll see, Uber, huh? Cheers. Dylan, what up, Dylan? Welcome. Simon, what's up, Simon? Cheers. Welcome back, Simon. What a day. Yeah, Simon, right? Oh, yeah, it's a good day. What was that one day? Yeah, it's like popping out right there. But look at this. Lower, oh, yeah. Oh, I saw who was it? Was it Ryan on the last? People talking about cup and handle on the stream, and it didn't register with me prior to the stream, right? But I think it was Ryan mentioning that on the stream. I don't know if he's on tonight. But and then I saw more people talking about it this week, and I'm like, damn, they mentioned that on the stream. But it's sometimes, as you all know now, sometimes it takes a while to register in my head because it's so much going on, right? And I didn't quite see it. But yeah, that's a cup and handle right there, right? And it was up a little bit today. If anyone has opinions on this, I'm curious. I don't typically kind of scope these things out, but it's noteworthy, right? Take note of that. Yeah, so you saying can't believe there's been no major covering. Yeah, we don't know. We'll see soon enough. We'll get updated figures. When do we say? A couple of days, right? But this keeps begging the question. Remember, if we don't assume that they're crazy or anything like beep beep boop 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 boop. If we don't assume that they're crazy or anything like that, I've been trying to think, and maybe it's going to take like we say, fundamental changes to the fundamental thesis here. Like it really needs to be. It needs to be more than one partnership. You know what I mean? And it needs to be more digital. Than advertising type thing we were talking about, right? That was a big part of our stream the other day. It just, maybe that major short thesis requires fundamental changes. And until you get that, maybe they don't cover. Like I keep on saying, I keep on thinking price action can shake people out. Both shorts and longs, no matter what stock it is. Like I always lean toward that, or not always. Like I tend to think that. But here you go. You got proof. It's tripled. And it doesn't appear as though there's been significant covering. Doesn't appear, right? I don't know. But again, the fundamental value wins out. Value wins out, baby. Here we go. Polygon, welcome back. Hello, friendarinos. Hello. Is this a Star Wars cantina? Yeah, it is R2D2, right? Yeah, I guess it is, right? Run? I don't know. Yeah. we're having I was talking to my friends. I was working on some new photo things, and like we were trying to list off some famous robots and stuff. Try to run through some of these more popular robots that people know about. And now I got a question for y'all, which I need to get caught up. Oh, I don't think I'm that far behind. But we're going through different types of robots. There's a bunch of them, right? Some really good ones. But like, does the Tin Man count as a robot? So that turned into a debate whether or not the Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz, does Tin Man count as a robot? Please let me know your thoughts in the chat. We'll get to that. My friends and I, we need to know, absolutely. Real important stuff on the Roaring Kitty GME live stream. Really important stuff we got to get to the bottom of today. Okay, the current price is on the low end. Okay, Polygon sharing that. With the R2-D2 headband. Yeah. The cat is not in a hat, not today. Oh, did you see I tweeted over the weekend. My wife was like, she tuned in for a couple of minutes and said I look delusional. But what she said was, too, like, I look delusional, right? Well, you can't deny that, right? That ain't that the truth. But she was saying how sometimes... like I'm responding to the live chat, right? But if you just tune in and you don't even know what's going on, sometimes it just looks like I'll just be reading stuff and I'll just start laughing to myself. So whenever she tuned in, it looked like I was like talking to myself and laughing to myself. I was dying laughing when she said that. Oh, that's true. I never really thought about that, right? Uber says it's a trap. We're gonna beep boop. Yeah, Uber said that too. Maybe my wife's the beep boop. Beep boop boop boop. Who knows? Can you imagine? Markel, welcome back. Markel, welcome back. Marco was a big. Oh yeah, so I didn't realize how much it was down. What's it doing? Whoa, that's kind of a big day. Ooh. What was the news today? Was this election related stuff? How about IWM? Okay, everything coming. And I just wanted to check just one more thing. SPY, what's this? How's this? What's the Russell 2000 versus this stuff looking like? Kind of right there. Okay. Russell 2000 versus the S&P 500, just as a quick thing, you know? Just thought I'd poke. Okay. That's the type of stuff. Sometimes I'll look at it. I'm not looking at it all the time. I'm just like, how are things relatively performing at? You know what I mean? Oh, why is it that type of chart? Let me do this. Just curious. What am I doing? There we go. Okay, right there. Just curious. Let me keep going. More headbands. Cheers, Hugo. Welcome back. Yeah, I know, right? Smash. Welcome back. Yeah, Smash tagged me in something that caught my attention. Oh yeah, I got it queued. I got some of these things queued up right here. Where was it? Oh, I retweeted it, right? Oh yeah, this was the other thing too. Did you see the basket of shorts? I hadn't seen this. This was posted by Sarah here. The basket of the most shorted stocks is at a record. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta think that's bullish for a stock like GameStop. You know what I mean? But what was it? So Smash. This was another sentiment related thing. Did I retweet something? Smash. Oh, I could have sworn I did. Oh, these are my likes. So we saw Nintendo posted about some of this stuff too. Do you know what I mean? I mean, most of us probably already saw this. Oh yeah, right here. So Nintendo Life. This is a blue check mark. GameStop and Switch has reportedly proved. We already knew this. This was already reported in the transcript. We were just talking about this on the stream recently. But for Nintendo Life, how many followers it got? Almost 200,000 followers. Just that reflexivity. Do you know what I mean? This was stuff that was known, but price goes up, and then everyone starts talking about it. This is a great example of that. So Smash, oh yeah, right there. You gave a heads up to me right there. That's the type of thing, like, we knew, but it's worth getting back out there, because I think maybe some people missed that. Oh, Andrew Holland, love the cup and handle inception going on in the 1 hour chart. Oh, the 1 hour chart, wow. Oh, 1 hour chart, even better. That's a little, I got 15 minutes up. He's talking about 1 hour. Oh, season of 1 hour too. There you go. People notice this. Most of the people on the stream, if you're mostly fundamentals focused, but this is the thing, catches other people's attention. And again, if we have true, like, hardcore technical analysts on this chat, they may disagree with me here, but I'm of the opinion that the fundamental aspects are kind of a big part of what's driving what's unfolding. But at the margin, this stuff is meaningful because it may lure in even people who don't care about that. That's my point. But at the end of the day, like you get a big PR, you get a big PR on Thursday or something like that. The cup and handle, even if it didn't, no cup and handle will be damned. Like it doesn't matter. It could skyrocket. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that's gonna happen, of course, right? But still, at the margin, this stuff is noteworthy. Andrew, thanks for mentioning that again. Oh, Uber's going to personally write the business case for GameStop when the dust settles. Yeah. Well, of course. Yeah. Interesting. Uber, you'd be one to do it. Cheers, Uber, huh? Absolutely. I know still people having a tough time with this business case. You know what I mean? Like, there's a real business, a lot of optionality. As CU knows, I was going through each of those bullet points. Probably everyone on the stream now has. I've been having this up so much. Let me just pop it up while I keep on reading. Right, this thing. Is this it? So much opportunity there. So much opportunity. All these different potential paths. I mean, okay. Period between Canadian American Thanksgivings. xCloud controls for your phones or the holiday. Oh, they're in the holiday guide. Okay. Oh yeah, I saw. Oh, that's what GameStop likes. See, right? That you were talking about their holiday guide. 60 pages. Yep. Looks almost exactly like a Nintendo Switch. Okay. Business case study. Okay, Uber. Yeah. Hey, Cheyenne, welcome back. Yes, sir. Let's go. Jen, welcome back. Oh, I'm definitely going to get caught up. This is good. Can I get caught up by 7:30? Sick. Let's do it. Let's go. I was speaking with someone just this afternoon that has no idea about anything GME, and they thought they were going bankrupt. After we were done, they were ready to start. Yeah, see? Yeah, I think it's taken people a while. It's taken some people a while to come around to this stuff. And so, to Uber's point, I still think there's people who are like, beep, beep. No, I don't want to say beep, beep, boop. But actual people who just think, hey, it's going bankrupt, right? Physical discs. And then that's the end of it. Surface level analysis, you know what I mean? And then even people outside of the investment world, right? Who aren't really dialed into it too much. They just go, oh, yeah, I know so-and-so downloads games, and that's it. So I feel you, Uber. That's what I mean. Sometimes this stuff takes time, but GameStop has the types of things where it could happen quick. And for the first time not the first time this weekend, it's always a process. This stuff is a process. But I'm like, damn, people are really kind of coming around to this too. Those YouTube videos, they were really talking it up. I was pretty impressed that if even they see the potential there. I'm like, all right, that's sick. And and we're really dialed into it from a security analysis standpoint. But even they're like, yeah, of course this makes a lot of sense for both parties. You know what I mean? Go green. We got 15. Yeah, I know. 15's looking interesting. 15's looking increasingly interesting there. And then it could go 15, 20. You know what I mean? Who knows? You get a big enough press release or whatever, and then it just goes to 20. But even still, I think, 15's just starting to get a little bit of a... and then 16 too. 15, 16 range. Could have run after that. Xenian. Oh, yeah. Posted the updates for the short interest. I did see that. So, yeah, let me just pull this up. What do we got here? So, they're doing their best to estimate what current short interest is based off the past couple of days of volume. The last we heard was September 30th. So, that was like the last reported right here. And then, so it's maybe gone down just a touch. No, it's flat. It's flat, right? There you go. It's flat. According to their algorithm there. But price keeps going up. Whew. Oh, yeah, what else is he saying? I didn't read the post yet. Short interest is not almost $1 billion. Uber's been talking about that. It's getting more expensive. Justin, too. 16 million shares short. Shorts down 600 million in 2020 mark-to-market losses. See, that's the type of stuff. I'm not thinking about that stuff too much. But, he's just trying to just keep an eye on it. I don't know. Maybe we'll see what comes of it. Polygon thinks we're in the early stages of GameStop FOMO. Yeah, like I said, fundamental analysis, technical analysis, but the Momo folks too. Like it's really, this is just looking bullish. You know what I mean? And then people see, and then GameStop has a lot. That's why I mentioned that in either all of my GameStop videos or one of them. I can't remember. I'm losing track of this. There was so much overlap, right? But like GameStop has those types of things that can get people's attention. You know what I mean? So maybe it's the early stages. I don't know. We'll have to see. FOMO wise, so you know what I mean. So we're still in the early stages of this sentiment shift. You know what I mean? I still feel that. I still feel like it's just starting to pick up. It's starting to gain steam. Like I feel like we're reaching the point where it's gaining steam. and everything is feeding into it. Price action, PR, the news releases by the company. Even the short interest is remaining flat. Like, it's not really closing. Like, people think about that stuff. And then, I mean, Bari and Cohen aren't really talking. But, you know, that Cohen article was in Business Insider. We were talking about that. We weren't able to go through it. But even still, like, toss Cohen out there. And, I mean, if he were going to talk about GameStop too, it kind of makes sense to have an updated press release out there. Excuse me, an updated article out there to refresh people's mind. But he didn't talk about GameStop in that one anyway. But people see Cohen, Chewy, successful Chewy taking a stake, and Bari, like all these different things, they add up. They add up. We'll see. But yeah, okay. It was one of the first few things where I talked about. Oh yeah. I pulled it up. Yep. Yeah, it was actual GameStop that likes to use tweet. That was sick. Doing work, CU. Doing work. Cheers. 15 minutes in, I haven't got to questions. 30-minute delay coming. No, I don't think so, Polygon. I think I'm doing. I'm not okay. I'm not gonna get caught up by 7:30. But yo, see those quiet days, right? Those quiet. These are the nights we can catch up on our sleep. These are the nights that we can actually do it, right? Because it's a little bit calmer, right? A little bit chiller. It was up 8%, right? But it came back a little like 4%. What was it on the day? I forget. 5%. Hopefully I'll be able to stay caught up here, huh? Oh, here we go. So Jen supports what Polygon's saying, what Uber was saying. Jen says, for sure that FOMO period, my friends have gone from thinking I'm crazy to wanting to buy GME and asking me about it. There you go. And this is all anecdotal stuff, right? But even still, that because maybe for Jen and for other folks too, for a long time we were perceived as crazy. So just to not be perceived as crazy is a little bit of a very minor bullish indicator. Very minor, marginal analysis, blah, blah, blah. But I still like to see this stuff. I still like to hear this stuff. So thank you for sharing. Yeah. So Johan says, there have been some concerns raised about how this Microsoft partnership will potentially impact other console manufacturers' presence within GameStop. Fortunately for Nintendo, at least in the short term, it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, so everyone's like, oh, I don't know enough about this type of stuff, right? This is where I'm like, in management I trust, in the board I trust. I have to, because I don't even know what's best from a business standpoint. I'm a security analyst, you know what I mean? Where is it in GameStop's best interest, you would think, to continue inking deals with multiple vendors, right? I mean, you'd have to think that that the more partnerships, the more digital type partnerships, the better. You'd have to think for that full turnaround, GameStop needs to gain a foothold, a toehold in this new arena. And so you'd think the more the better. But even still, could it be how is this Microsoft partnership viewed by other vendors? You know what I mean? I don't even know. I don't know. You'd think some people saying it's going to light a fire under theirs that they'll want to have a partnership with GameStop, a similar partnership, right? But there's other folks who might be like, yeah, but now that GameStop has this one with Microsoft, maybe that means all other partnerships would be inferior. You know what I mean? Like I don't know what you'd have to think that. I mean, this is a good example of like in management I trust. You know what I mean? You have to that I know so little about the nuances here that I'm like just tracking what's unfolding rather than having a really strong opinion as to what's next or what's best. I do imagine it could impact. I like the choice of words that you just say impact other console manufacturers' presence. I was going to say potential partnerships, but you say presence. I don't know about presence. Maybe longer term, not in the shorter term. I'm not so sure. Oh, if you'd like to expand on that, I'm curious, Johan. Blessed, welcome back, Blessed, to the mood. Yeah, welcome. There was a big Batman pattern on the daily. I'm pretty sure that's a meme, not actual TA. Oh, yeah. That is. Yeah, I don't even know if I see it. All right, okay. What's on the headband? Oh, R2. Yeah, it's just, I mean, is it R2-D2? I mean, R2-D2, does it actually say run? I just thought it was a robot, you know? I mean, it does kind of look like R2-D2, the coloring and so forth. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it is. Okay, here we go. So CU says, the Tin Man was technically possessed by magic similar to the Scarecrow. I'd say not a robot. All right, so CU says not a robot. Tin Man, not a robot. Okay, let's see if anyone else My wife is right about that. I assume I know what you're talking about, David. David. Spider Cat. Curious, do you own a cat? And if you do, what's it? I don't own a cat. Nah, I don't own a cat. I know people have been asking that on the stream. I just thought I just thought Roaring Kitty was some gangsta name. You know, I just thought it sounded cool. That's all. I've had cats, right? I've had cats in my growing up and stuff, and then my wife had a cat too, of course. Oh, jumping ahead. Oh, okay. Oh, I'm doing okay. Still okay. GameStop sentiment. Talking GameStop sentiments. Yeah. So Smash says Nintendo Life was a bit late to the story, but the sentiment is bouncing. So I agree. Yeah. So like I said, Smash. We knew that. We knew that it was only based strictly on the conference call transcript. It was literally they quoted it in the article. But that's okay. Like so because not everyone's reading the transcript. You know what I mean? Not everyone's reading. We are. The people who are dialed in are, but many other investors are not reading that, and they wouldn't have even seen that. So that's the type of thing. I'm supporting that. Yeah, get it out there. Let other people see that what they may have missed. That's why I tweet a lot of this stuff too. Tweet and retweet. I feel many other investors aren't as dialed in as we are, and so I'm trying to get the word out there. Be like, yo, you might be missing some stuff here. At least collect as much information as you can, then form an opinion. You're entitled to your opinion, right? But your informed opinion, right? It's best to at least have. I mean, not everyone has the time to be totally dialed into it. I can appreciate that, but even still, you do your best to get the word out there. Okay, so welcome, Philly, welcome, cheers. Philly's saying technicals are way more meaningful with volume behind them, which you can see right here, right? Boom, look at that volume. Wait, is this daily? That's daily. But look at those 2 big days, huh? Just so big. What was that? Thursday. That was Thursday. But yeah, so it's mostly why day traders only look at stocks that are in play, news, earnings, etc. That's right. So a couple things on that note. First of all, Philly, there's actually some technical analysts who don't like they discount like your volume has historically what Philly's saying that the technical is always more meaningful with volume behind them. So many technical analysis books out there say that, right? And I believe that too. But there's many folks out there who think that because of the like the market makers out there, and because of some crazy trading volume, you'll see at times that sometimes they discount it more these days than they maybe would have historically. I've seen some people do that. Just a heads up. I'm agreeing with what you're saying, but just like some people kind of discount it, and I'm like, wow, that's kind of interesting. I try to think about why they discount it, whereas I might weight it a little bit more heavily. Nevertheless, in the case of GameStop, I would say it is meaningful. And I say, I mean, even you take out some of these crazy weeks or days, it's very clearly, and look at, especially on the monthly, right? I think I pulled up the monthly, and you just see, like, look at these 2 months. It's like all-time 10-year highs on the volume front, and part of that is the short interest, right? That was why I mentioned that in that graphic. But it's why, and so Philly's out, so mostly why day traders only look at stocks that are in play, news, earnings, right. Hey, thanks for sharing that, Philly. Marzenchi, peace to the fam. Welcome, Marzenchi. Saw you comment. Cheers. All right. The borrow fee is lower. So Eduardo, welcome, Eduardo. Cheers. I was gonna say, I wonder if Uber has some thoughts on this, because here is the issue. Not that, first of all, anyone who's seen Uber's analysis here is a very robust thesis here. But if we're weighting this too heavily, right? As I think some people do. Not Uber. I mean, I see other people like tweeting about this, just saying how important this figure is. Like it's super important. When you do that, if you weight it too heavily, then when you have this big drop down in one day from 51 to 34 down to 31, you need to have to come out and talk about that. What do you say? Do you say it's just an aberration, just a one down day, or it's not as meaningful as it was, or like how do you rationalize that? And if anyone here, like I'm curious how people think about that. But anyway, I mentioned Uber because Uber was saying, hey, this is something to keep an eye on. And I agree, it's something to keep an eye on, right? Because if it starts getting, like if we get 60, 70, 80, 90, 100% again, right? Doesn't mean anything's going to happen, but you can at least think that the short interest is getting more expensive, and that maybe it increases the chances marginally that something's going to happen. But even still, you don't know. And again, it's been high. Oh, geez, I always do this. It's been very high in the past, and not much has come of it. But this was quite the drop down, right? Because people were talking about that in the last chat. It's like, look how high it came down one day. one day, and the price was like kind of flat today. So what happened? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just I was thinking about that when I saw it drop. I saw 3 to 4 bid-ask spreads again today. Bid-ask spreads, okay. Wide spreads. And I get say like that's one of those things too. I'm not looking at that too much. Hyperbole kid, welcome. Hyperbole, welcome. The GME hit 1450. Oh, was it mentioned on CNBC today? About the the segment about the new consoles were mentioned. They didn't even mention GameStop and still got a pop because the new console mentioned. Imagine if they were bullish on GME. Yeah. They may never be, right? But I've seen that before too, where there's been some articles out and they talk about gaming and stuff. And, they don't even mention GameStop. Sometimes I get it, right? Yeah, was it a Seeking Alpha? I swear, I feel like we just talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Sometimes that happens. But yeah, but interesting. So that maybe it was riding up on that. Why would that happen? Wait, what are we talking about? Oh, the bid-ask? Oh, they talk about the bid-ask. Okay, all right. So Uber said, okay, so let me reread. Uber said, I saw 3 to 4 bid-ask spreads again. Saw 3 to 4 bid-ask spreads again today. Wasn't starting closely at the open. Yes, haven't seen this in years. I followed the company. We got up to 10 cents last week. The float is gone. The shorts are about to be foobar. I mean, that's the thing. I don't have any experience with keeping a close eye on spreads. Uber, do you? Even if it's uncommon in GameStop over the past couple of years, is it uncommon across stocks? I would think not. If you think it is, I'm listening. Again, I don't follow closely. But I would think at times that you're going to have... I understand why you're saying this. You're saying that there's a spread because it's a little bit less liquid than it is, where the people who are willing to sell or want to sell are raising their ask price. You know what I mean? And so if you want to buy it, you're gonna have to raise your bid. I get it. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but I don't know if it's meaningful. I don't know enough about it. I haven't tracked it closely with other stocks. Even though I kind of understand where you're coming from, I don't know. But again, that's the thing. Uber will just toss this stuff out, which I appreciate, right? Cheers, Uber, right? And I say this to anyone. Like, whether it's technical analysis, whether it's sentiment or anecdotes, whatever it is, toss it out there. And then we can choose to like listen and how heavily we weight it, and then we can always look back down the line and be like, you know what, that kind of was meaningful. Like if it starts, I mean, this is not my base case, right? But if it starts like getting squeezy later this week, then I'm gonna be like, yo, Uber, there was maybe something there to that bid-ask spread stuff. You know what I mean? I just hadn't followed that closely. CNBC, yep. Polygon always keep me on my toes. I know, ain't that the truth, right? Absolutely. I know Uber saying, imagine when the mass media sentiment stops. Yeah, when they stop talking about like classifying GameStop as like a a blockbuster type company, or where bankers is off the table. That takes time, Uber, right? I mean, like, you even seeing it right now. There's still people. I know. I don't know. That could take time for that to unfold. But if they do, right, that's the big part. Like I said, that's a big part of my thesis, where that's changing sentiment. If the major media players start coming around to this, let's say you got a big article in the New York Times or something, or the Wall Street Journal, or whatever the hell it is, where it's like a piece on Cohen and Burry, or maybe Cohen in particular, talking about how GameStop can transform, you know what I mean, like in a big prominent piece like that, and then it kind of spreads where some other players, some other media sources might be talking about that, and then I agree with you, Uber, and we certainly haven't reached that part, right? We haven't reached that, but I actually think that we could get there within I'd say by year end, but I'd even say by the consoles, because again, it's front of mind. People are talking about this. What's a good piece? What's a good gaming piece that will get clicks? You know what I mean? Like GameStop could be one with the crazy short interest and stuff. Is there really something here? And you know what I mean? And then that could kind of kick things in gear. Fox, welcome, Fox. Hello, world. Hello, Fox. Fox in the house. I thought this was the Friday channel. Yeah. No, imagine if I went from Friday till Monday nonstop. Hey, we'll let the stock price, with the price action dictate that, huh? Who knows? Maybe there would be. Has anyone done a full weekend stream? If we got to, I need to get that fridge downstairs, right, Jordan? I'll definitely have to get the fridge down there by that time. 24-hour stream when we hit 24. 48-hour stream when we hit 48 polygons. That ain't bad. Oh, I kind of like that idea, huh? And so wanted to like that. Yeah, right, Polygon. All right. Last big volume day was the Thursday day that we got the Microsoft. Oh, the big volume day. Yeah. The big, huge volume day. Yep. That was the Microsoft news day. No, it was the day after Microsoft news, right? It was both days. This was the day. The first candle is where you got the Microsoft news, and the next day was the follow through. Crazy though, huh? Fox says someone ping me GME to file a new SEC filing, so Rory Kitty has something new to talk about. All right, Fox, I'll look it up myself. Think I care. There we go. Come on, please let me have something to talk about. Please, right, Fox? Please. Nothing. Oh, all right, everybody. Stream's over. Fox has announced it. Stream's over. Hey, Fox, it was a busy weekend. There's plenty of stuff to talk about, huh? More sentiment, right? More sentiment type stuff than actual hard news, right? EO, what up, EO? Welcome back. Here we go. EO, been pondering that 4-pillar slide. Let's chat about it a little bit today. I like that. We got time for this today. I know CU's going to have new thoughts too. Who was it? It was CU, EO, and I think Steve Stonks was sharing some great ideas on this. I thought it was terrific. It was a couple of streams ago, too, if anyone wants to check it out. But they were given, like, real... In light of the recent news that we had over the past month, they were like, yo, we got this presentation back in May. And it's like, oh, here's what this could mean. And maybe we're thinking about it a little bit differently because of the news that we got. Okay. Why? What happened? Did something happen with BB? Oh, I don't remember, Fox. What site is that? We get the exclusives. Welcome, we get. Oh, I don't know. I'm not sure which website. Can't post links. iBorrowDesk. Oh, iBorrowDesk. iBorrowDesk.com. Oh, you can't quite see it. iBorrowDesk right there. Yep. So Fox is saying iBorrow seems pretty inaccurate. My borrow rate's seldom tied to it. Off significantly. I've seen many people report this. This should be viewed not as the actual rate that even anyone's paying, but as a reflection. You view this more as like the trend of what those rates are doing. That's how I view it. As Fox is saying that it's not, these aren't precise numbers. It's kind of like a best guess across brokerage houses and so forth as to what this is, but you're going to see different rates at different brokerage houses, and of course the bigger you are, probably the lower rate that you're going to pay. Don't focus so much on the that rate, but more so like that trend, what's it doing and stuff. Yeah, helter skelter. I agree. In my experience, not that I'm not in a Ortex has been more accurate. Oh, okay. So Uber says Ortex has been more. I think they're reporting spot, so maybe timing matters. Yep. Yep. So Fox saying he's got a test short on and he doesn't see anything. It's quite a bit different. Yeah, Smash saying there's still a lot of haters, and there will be some haters to perpetuity, right? You're not going to change everyone, but it's just more that the critical mass. You know what I mean? Teens and 20s. Playing on my. Oh, okay. Uber's talking to someone who's planning on buying more. Okay. Fox is very JG. Welcome back, JG. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing is that, so Uber's talking to some people who are potential buyers, right? I mean, marginal buyers help drive that price. I mean, the more people who are buying, probably the stronger the price action, right? Someone's going to make fun of me for that, but I just think there's some people who might just like the fundamental setup, right? They can actually see that long-term business case. There's some people, like I said, technicals, but even some people are seeing that short interest type stuff too. And so all these incremental buyers, I've been trying to think about why they're buying, why are they dipping their toes, and why they're so interested in it. You know what I mean? I think people might be interested for different reasons. Okay. Hey, Stephen Hussey. Cheers, Stephen. Stephen, welcome. Dr. A. Fox. Welcome. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to be sorry. I'll say EO's here trying to look at this. When you're ready, Pillar 1. So EO says, Pillar 1, add new Add new products and services. Talking right here. Do I get this up? Right here. Add new products and services. In-home is very interesting. Anyone have any ideas on that? In-store and in-home. The only thing that comes to mind for me is the Mario Kart, the Mario Kart stuff, but that's more a Nintendo type thing than GameStop. Pillar 2, increase associate leverage as industry's distributed sales force. Industry's distributed. Weird way to put it. Any ideas? Oh, I just took that to mean that it's distributed across many stores across the country. That's how I interpreted that. I think they were just trying to make it sound maybe better. We say pillar 2. What is it? Why? Where you going with this? Are you thinking something else? We say pillar 2, increase associate. I don't see it. Increase associate? Oh, no, pillar 1. As industries distributed sales. Yeah, I just think it means many sales associates across many stores. That's all I thought. Give it a bit. I think you should have to do one of your GME movie posters for Star Wars. There you go. So Steven, I was mentioning I've been working on some, and I hadn't been working on a Star Wars one though. So let me make a note of that one. But I was trying to jot down some robots. If y'all got some famous robots, let me know. My friends and I came up with a whole bunch of them, but I was trying to think of some more. I feel like I got a good enough. I got a good amount now. But I could. That's a good one, Steven, right? Star Wars, because there's probably a ton of posters out there, or different types of things that may pertain quite well to the GameStop situation. It's always perfect when I can come across something like that, right? Oh, you saw the No Country for GameStop Jones, right? You saw the little tagline there. I thought, oh, this is good. Yes. So you don't always kind of go in like that, but yeah. All right, let me keep going. Okay, apparently it's confirmed. This is R2D2, right? Are we saying it's definitely R2D2 now? Enough people have said that I think we'll just run with that now. So Smash is saying, you want to see something really interesting, check out GameStop in a Google Trend search. Stretch back lifetime. New consoles always blast this company back to life, right? Yeah. I think I saw some people talking about this on social media. That was the type of thing. Wait, it might have been Uber. Was it you, Uber? I can't remember. Uber's posting so much solid DD. You know what I mean? I'm losing track, Uber. And he's everywhere. I saw that Smash. And you'd expect that to be the case, right? As more people are preparing for the new consoles and how they're going to go around getting it and stuff. But, you'd think that's remember what I keep on using that example. They keep on people saying GameStop's going to go bankrupt, and then how many bankrupt companies on the verge of bankruptcy? You have long lines out their store, and now this is a good one, Smash. I think I'll add this to that soundbite I always say of that. How many companies that on the verge of bankruptcy where the Google Trend search is exploding in the past couple of months? You know what I mean? Not very often, as I know this is what Smash is getting at. It's like, yo, and this I just view as the downside protection. I just view this as the downside protection. You know what I mean? New consoles are blast, yeah. Oh, Steven, if I were maybe Ryan Cohn as Luke Skywalker. All right, let me take a picture of that, because Steven, you may be more dialed into. Sometimes it's just easier to just take a quick pic. There we go. Yeah, all right, I like that. Sherman as Obi-Wan, Murray as Han Solo. Yeah, I like that. In-home could mean omni-channel purchases in-home or through console channels. Okay. Talk about this that bullet point right there. Shorts. Anyone look at 60? Yeah, Steve Stunk. See you did. Steve Stunk. See you looked at that 60-page holiday gift ideas publication, and GameStop liked his tweet about it. So check out See You Next Newsday's Twitter. They now offer home security on their website. Oh, there you go. So EO was asking about this one. Talk about in-home, in-store, and in-home. Wait, add new products and services in-store and in-home. And then see you saying they now offer home security on their website. It's interesting. I didn't even realize that. I read the press release for it. Can find it and go look at it. Oh, I could probably bring. Yeah, I could. I didn't look at it yet, Steve. GameStop home security sound stuff. Yeah, I'm sure it's just a small item that maybe it's an incremental type thing. If it's not related to gaming, I've been more skeptical of non-gaming stuff myself. Oh, the Mario Kart Live stuff already sold out. That's right. 60 item list will take a few days. Oh, I think CU just made sense to me. There you go. Thank you. See you next news day. Just sent this over to me. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Oh, let's take a peek. That looks nice. $60 pages, huh? Wow. I had seen Amazon sent one out. I'm sure other people saw that too. This is kind of Nintendo's own. Have they ever done this before? Does anyone know if they've done this before? This is a, maybe they have. This is a good idea. And again, the GameStop's not the only one doing this, but I think it's a good idea. I'll just go through a couple pages. Just want to check some stuff out. Find some games. And see if you have particular ones that you'd recommend checking. Certain pages that you say, hey, you got to check this out. Check that out. Let me know. I mean, kids are going to love this, you know? I mean, plenty of adults too, but kids, I mean, you remember growing up and like whenever you get, remember the, well, now I'm dating myself, but that, like the Toys R Us stuff, you'd like look through all the Toys R Us. I mean, they don't even send those out anymore, right? I mean, not even Toys R Us stuff, but they used to send out those things. Maybe they will as they get closer to holidays, but this used to be so sick. Accessories. 60 pages? So is this just like advertising that it turns into more like, sorry, I'm going to scroll real quick if you don't mind. I kind of just need to see what's on those back pages. Oh, wow. Oh, it's all this for 60 pages? That's impressive. Holy Toledo. Whoa, have they done this before? That's something else. Oh, here's your PC gaming stuff. Oh, they went Razer. See, he was talking about Razer stuff. Do they have HyperX? They got my stuff? That attach rate, right? The attach rate for some of these accessories and stuff. Build a real dream machine. Hey, people on the stream are talking about this. Building your own stuff, but potentially use stuff too, right? Damn. All right, here, let me just go back to the top. Let me keep reading. I'm asking questions. I'm going to get... Wait. Anything good? Okay, just left GameStop. They said the 60 item list will take a few days. It's another partnership thing, not a GameStop direct service. They're basically just selling the hardware. Okay. I watch my phone while I vacuum the house. Does that qualify for a $1 billion day? Yeah. Polygon saying off topic. Yeah, well, I think the off topic stuff I think is marginal, Polygon. I think that's what's important. I think, but I'm not certain. Uber hasn't tried the VR stuff. Yep. Oh, so Jordan says, according to the 60-page release, Xbox is the most powerful console. Revenue stream is paying for itself already. It is pretty nicely put together. Just having this document out there is positive. I agree with you, Jordan. What makes you say that it's the most powerful console? You see something in here in particular? I'd be curious about that. Okay. I don't know which prime broker S3 site. There you go. Okay, so Uber's saying for S3, they're saying, did say 35% plus and rising for what it's worth. Okay. For the borrow rate. I can't believe the strength of the negative sentiment. Everyone wants to sell or trade. Consoles haven't even been released. I really feel, and the chart looks like it's just getting started. I agree, Jordan. We'll see. Time will tell. Maybe we're wrong about that, but I agree with you. I wouldn't say everyone wants to sell. Everyone wants to sell or trade. Oh, are you saying that you don't know people are interested in the long term? Is that what you're saying, Joe? I definitely see sentiment shifting a bit here, where I'm seeing some people seem a bit more bullish. Maybe everyone wants to sell or trade. Trade is in like a short-term type thing. I bet that's what Jordan's talking about. And I might agree with that. I still don't see a ton of people buying into that long-term turnaround. I'd agree with, so if that's what you're saying, Jordan, I'd have to say I agree. Okay, Jordan says, happy with the PC section and the VR Oculus pages. Nice addition, easy, plus to the business. Sick. All right, thanks for sharing, Jordan. Jordan's already looked through. Thank you, CU. I already opened it up. I saw that come in. Says Baby Yodas will sell so fast. Yeah, Baby Yoda, any significant driver. Disco time. Later, Fox. Oh, I forgot. I got my shipyard, my Halloween beer. My Halloween beer tonight. We'll do Halloween theme, huh? These next couple weeks, faux show. Got a couple of them. I honestly think they should drop their gamer points. TeknoAXE saying, I think they should drop their gamer points and go to a crypto asset. Some people have been talking about that. I have no opinion on that. Because I know what some other retailers have talked about it, but no opinion as it pertains to GameStop. I don't know. Not on this scale. Not on this scale. This isn't even the Black Friday ad. The wide bid-ask spreads on GameStop are not normal. I'm not a market-making expert, but it seems like a reduction in liquidity, likely a byproduct of risk management and thinning of the float. Sure. So I agree with that, Uber. But you said that they're not normal for GameStop, but are they? Have you seen them on other plays? You know what I mean? Other stocks. I'm not a market maker, but neither am I. But I agree. If you're seeing wide spreads, that's what that means. It's a reduction of liquidity for whatever reason. I mean, you see it with options at times, right? But for stocks a little bit less frequently for the larger companies. What's the market cap on GameStop too? It's getting up there. It's almost $1 billion. I feel like that billion. We talk about that 15, 16. I know people mention $18 range. That happens to coincide with that $1 billion range too, which I think is kind of interesting. Like you might get some, like there's some institutional buyers who might not even be able to get involved below $1 billion. Sounds crazy, but they're out there. And maybe above $1 billion, but maybe it needs to stay above $1 billion for a little bit. But maybe they can start buying too, you know. Why did I say that? Oh, but just because. But even still, so what I'm tagging along with what Uber's saying, that the lower liquidity, you see it with smaller cap stocks for sure, right? But now we're getting up there. It's still on the smaller cap side. For some, depending on your your perspective, but yeah, you wouldn't expect there to be. You still expect there to be quite a bit of liquidity. Okay. Page 38 is what C was talking about. Oh, don't tell me there's no page numbers. So I got to use my PDF page numbers? That's interesting, huh? I guess that's not uncommon. Is this it? Looks like page 38 to me. Page 38 is that xCloud controller we talked about on Friday being a possibility. Oh, right here. Is this it? The Razer. This is what CU was talking about being a possibility. Wow, CU crushing it, huh? Okay, so Steve likes what he sees. Steve likes what he sees with this. What are we calling it? What's it called? Holiday gift guide. Okay, so whoa, we got Jordan. Jordan saying, I've been really impressed with management and the PRs lately. They're keeping us informed and keep updating shareholder of news. The sentiment changing has just started. So Jordan, you seem to, even I'm picking up on a sentiment shift on your side too, which is kind of interesting to me because you've shared your thoughts quite a bit. And you're interesting. So Jordan's like in the, what do you say? Keeping us informed and keep updating shareholders of news. Okay. Polygon adding, the attach rate for building a PC is going to be crazy high. Monitors, mice, keyboards, chairs, headsets, for sure, right? That attach rate across the board for all this stuff. I mean, but for the PC stuff as well, and that's a new thing, right? That they're building out. To me, it sounds like they will offer some at-home services. I'm not sure headed with this, but they tackled a lot of Pillar 1 and 2 already. What services does GameStop offer now? I agree. They've tackled a lot of 1 and 2 already. EO saying they've tackled quite a lot of these already. And now I think they can start to focus on these more and more, right? I think that's what you're going to see. And these are the big, what many will perceive as the big PR items. Some of these I felt were important, but these would be the big ones that would be newsworthy, catch people's attention grabbing stuff. Could be esports streaming. Oh. Oh, yeah. EO. Okay. I like this, EO. Talk about that in-home stuff. EO saying, what about esports streaming? And CU has talked a ton about this. Getting that app on the Xbox console or Sony console as well. Getting the app on there. And then what does that in-store? Do they offer exclusive contents through the app or other type things? You know what I mean? Like GameStop's presence on the consoles themselves. Now, in-home, right? In-home. I can't highlight, but what does that look like? I have no idea what that impact on free cash flows looks like or anything like that, but just something to think about. In-store service, build a PC. What do they do in-store? I was thinking in-store experiences, in-store product, like in-store, add new products and services in-store and in-home. Oh, yeah. What do you think? Build a PC? Probably not build it. Maybe repair? I don't know. Add new services in-store. Here's one that some people mentioned on the stream. I think it was you, EO. Maybe a couple other people too. What if maybe this is where you're going with EO, but could the in-store new service be trading in PC trading in PC stuff? You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just spitballing with you. I have no clue. Presumably build it. Oh, it says so in the document. Yeah, I have a hard time believing it. It says it's the most powerful console, Jordan, or I have a hard time believing that. So if I Command F powerful, I can't Command F PDF stuff. Maybe you can direct me to the page. Jordan, page 32, page 33. Thank you, Jordan. Let me see. Oh, they got some page numbers there. Did I just miss them? Oh. Jordan. I'm like, yeah, I don't know about that language, Jordan. It's literally a direct quote. Oh man, that is funny. So I assume that's Microsoft advertising, but even still, it's in the GameStop presentation. Oh, that is funny. That is funny. Yeah, I mean that's an Xbox ad, but even still, right? The world's most powerful console, huh? Yo, for building a computer. Yeah. Thoughts on closing for Thanksgiving? I'm not very happy about it. Besides driving sales online, which made to continue to shift to... You're not very happy about it? I'm kind of... no real opinion. Weren't most of the retailers closing on Thanksgiving? Wasn't that it? Wasn't GameStop kind of, from a PR perspective, weren't they taking heat? I forget. I haven't followed this in a while, but... Were they not? Or, I don't remember. Are stores closed? I kind of forget now. Haven't they historically been closed? I know people were saying that they need to be open, or else they're going to be in trouble, that they have to do it. I remember thinking, I doubt that's the case. But no strong opinion on it. Remember, and if I may add, JG, they literally had their doors closed for a couple of weeks. You know what I mean? One day, whenever all the other retailers are closed too, I think it would be marginal. It would have a marginal impact on their business if they were open. So that's what I mean. No real strong opinion on it. But indeed, maybe part of it too is what JG's saying. Like maybe they're just trying to get people to part of it, right? Maybe part of it is just to get people shopping online. This is why they talk about it a bit here. JG's getting at, where is it? For customers wanting to do some online shopping, they can use the mobile app, and we'll be open for business all day. Then they can maybe pick it up the next day. I like that they mentioned for select places they'll do that same day delivery. If you go a little bit further, they talk. I like these, and this is what kind of Jordan's getting at. I like these really dense news releases. I think this is great. I like reiterating this. You can buy online, pick up in store, or ship from store omni-channel platforms to have their purchases ready for in-store pickup, or delivered directly to a certain location, and select areas same-day delivery service. I like that they included all that stuff. And then they mentioned the new payment options: buy now, pay later, and then also soon to be offered rent-to-own service. So that'll be another PR thing once they formally say where they're kicking it off or something. But I don't think it's that big a deal, JG. Yeah, they definitely want to get this console season right. Yep. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, of course. I mean, that's what I was saying. Giving the employees a break. I mean, that's don't most retailers do that? You'd think that, especially, yeah, going into Black Friday the next day. That's right. You got Black Friday the next day, and then just the crazy holidays, right? I'm sure the employees will appreciate that. There's a lot of reasons that make sense that you would do it, but again, this is kind of one of those in management I trust as to what the right thing to do is. Yeah, so EO thought the 60-page holiday guide is a great idea too. Oh, there was one for 2019. Thanks for looking that up, EO. The product selection and visual appeal of the 2020 is better from what I've seen. Oh, thanks for sharing that, EO. Cheers. I was curious about that. I'm like, is this new? How does it look compared to the other ones? Thank you for letting me know. Page numbers bottom. Yeah, well, there must have been those page numbers for some of them I didn't have. Am I crazy? Whatever. Pages are bottom left, bottom right. They alternate. Okay. I think it usually starts at 12 a.m. JG. Usually, I did it one time. Anyone do the? I was trying to get a gift for someone. Ever do that? The Black Friday shopping. You got to be mentally prepared for that. You can't go in. You need to be You need to be, if possible. Well, if you're going in at midnight, forget about it. I was gonna say well slept, well fed, caffeinated. You got to be ready to go if you're trying to do that. No doubt. It's okay, so see you saying the fact that they did this all again in such a massive format is just reminding the masses of what they have to offer in nearly every category before they drop the Black Friday. Oh, I can see that, CU. I like that. Just reminding everybody all the products that they offer. Plant the seed early before they do Black Friday and holiday sales and so forth. Again, there's going to be tremendous demand for all the GameStop products because of the new consoles and everything, but even still, every little thing is helpful. Oh, shit. The staff seemed optimistic and a lot of energy. Thanks for sharing that, George. George says he just went to a GameStop and the staff seemed optimistic and a lot of energy. You like to see that. Any retailer, right? That's what I mean. Like, these are the where's it? The employees of GameStop. They're huge for GameStop. Like as they were for Chewy. That if you're experts in this sphere, in this gaming sphere, especially if they're excited about it, many of them are just generally excited about gaming. That's huge for a company. It's just huge. And so I'm happy to hear that, George, because that's great. Like I said, too, that the GameStop subreddit, too, there's some, you see some negative stuff on there occasionally, right? But just I was surprised how passionate the folks on there, the folks on that subreddit were. When I had first come across it a while back, now it was a while back. I remember thinking, wow, I hadn't seen too many subreddits like that for companies. And I'm like, damn, this is impressive that I talk about management's caring, but employees caring too. I don't know. I feel like you don't see that too often. They're adding board games. Oh, is that in the thing too? Yeah, board games, good. I think board games are a natural fit too. Maybe not a huge section or anything like that, but it's gaming. It's just a different type of gaming. And they talk about that wasn't like in-store Dungeons and Dragons, like D&D type stuff where folks can play, and that's like a potential high margin revenue stream. Just one new one, right? Not not what saves GameStop that one item, but they talk about stacking these different high margin revenue streams down the line. That was one thing. So if the board games or card games or whatever it might be, have people come in store and play them, that's an opportunity there. I don't know how large or anything, but again. So I bet you'll see some stuff in that holiday guide, which is some folks are mentioning on the chat now. Oh, okay. So EO says, I never mentioned used PC parts, but whoever did is smart. Market can be huge. All right, happy to hear that. Yeah, some folks are talking about it. Oh, shit, I forget who it was. My bad. It was a good conversation, and I meant to include it in the tweet, and I just forgot to be like remind myself what we talked about and let everyone else know, hey, this was a good conversation. What happens is I can't see the chat. Once the video's over, I can't see the chat until later. Like it needs to load or something. I couldn't see it. But anyway, it was a good chat about like if they go into this PC market, right? And then what if they were used, like they were saying how there's no prominent used PC player out there. Like you usually got to go on eBay, or it's kind of a hassle to go to maybe some small mom and pop stores for some folks, or Like, it just wasn't or Facebook Marketplace. That's what they were saying, not mom and pop stores. And that it's kind of a hassle for some folks, and they thought there's no one who's really geared toward it. I don't know what the demand would be for it, but they were kind of getting me excited about it. I'm like, oh, I didn't think about that. We just think about new products and stuff. Trade-in games is considered an in-store service. I think it is. Trade-in games is considered in-store service. Oh, I would. I would. Does other people agree with that? I think, yeah, that's a service that you're offering. You know what I mean? Trade-in GPUs was either me or Uber. Polygon. Okay, thanks. So it was Polygon. Cheers. It was Poly. There we go. I'll own my own DD. That's the thing. Uber's done so much DD. I just assume it's Uber. I'm like, who said that? Oh, it must have been Uber who mentioned it. And Justin, of course, too, right? You see how much all the stuff he's writing, and then I'm liking his comments, too. And then I'm losing track where I'm sourcing some of my thoughts. Oh, Dusty. So Dusty's saying, heard somewhere that they want to have an in-house division similar to Geek Squad in Best Buy. I'll see if I can track down an original source. That would be appreciated, Dusty. I hadn't heard that. I don't know how successful it has been for Best Buy, but I would be curious about that because that would definitely fit what EO was asking about, that in-home service, for sure. I mean, that fits it perfectly. It's just, what the hell what would they be doing? I mean, it would be a Geek Squad type service. I guess it would be pretty similar to that, right? Oh, so Uber hadn't heard that either. Okay, so yeah, if you got anything, we're listening. No reason to think they won't leverage pre-owned in PC, though. They won't. Yeah, Uber, my question was at the time I didn't know, is there a real market? How big is the market? Is there really an opportunity there? I just don't know enough about used PC stuff. Would people tend to just prefer the new stuff? You know what I mean? If you're building something, do you just want the new stuff? But they were saying, like, no, there's demand here for used stuff, and there's no one really. How could there be no one really? That's what surprised me, too. How is there no one going after this? But if there is an opportunity there, I agree with you, Uber. They'll be going for it. Trying to find. Thanks, Dusty. All right, if you got it. You're at 20%. No, I know. So Jordan says, I got a question. This is a good question. When does the market start to consider their online digital sales? We are at 20%. If we can grow again this quarter, we start getting close to that 40 to 50%. I know that could happen sooner than. How do you define online sales, right? That's number one. Is like if you order online and pick it up in store, does that count? I don't really know the definition, but even still, you could get to 40, 50% rather quickly. I think that was a big part of this article here, is that they kind of lit a fire under GameStop's ass to get their shit together, their omni-channel experience, and then you get the app going, and then people enjoy shopping on it, and then maybe when people start saying, I mean, what is it? Could it be? You could have another big, huge year-over-year gain on the online sales, right? You almost certainly will, Jordan, right? Because last year wasn't that big, I assume. I'm talking about like 400, 500%. You might get that figure again, or 800% even. And then I don't know if you get a quarter over quarter. Like a subsequent quarter, Q3 to Q2. I don't know how much bigger it would be. But indeed, it's attention grabbing. Jordan, people I talk to online are still saying 800% of nothing isn't still nothing. So at least until next quarter. Yeah, I know. Okay, I noticed the rent-to-own is considered a new service in today's PR. Guess that is an in-home service. Nice pickup, EO. I did not notice that. Maybe the same-day delivery service, too. To home, I guess. Pay later service. Yeah, I trust you, EO. Look what the talents pillar. Establish key. So he's saying, establish GameStop. He's talking about this pillar right here. EO is, take a look at the top of this pillar. Establish GameStop as social and cultural hub of gaming. Right now, the cultural hub of gaming is Twitch, right? I would say, I don't know if there's just one. I'd say it's a combination of a few Twitch. I'd say the folks streaming on YouTube. I mean, you got people on YouTube as well, but definitely Twitch is the most prominent one. And if I had to pick one, I'd say Twitch. What about Steam? You know what I mean? Like, where do you draw the line on But right, social and cultural hub of gaming. Yeah, I guess I probably would say Twitch. I don't know that that doesn't mean they're trying to replace Twitch or anything like that, but and there's, you know what I mean, like I think there's different forms. There's different forms that the hub of gaming can take. As far as like streaming gaming and stuff, like I don't think GameStop's going to be taking that over, but maybe it could be the hub in a different type of a way. What's one way? I don't know. If they're I'm not that so good at this. Maybe other folks are, but if they get their app on the console and stuff, could that be the go-to place for checking up on? No, I don't know. I'm not even going to speculate because I'll trust y'all. All right, let me keep going. I think I'm mostly caught up, am I? Yeah. Okay. Oh, good. There we go. With all the retractions, I'm already caught up. Circ. Oh wait, am I? Okay. To help keep you in home, right? All right. So Dusty says can't say for someone GameStop says, but I work at a mom and pop electronics automation store and can tell you we make nothing on hardware. If it wasn't for service, we wouldn't exist. Yep, I think that's common. We know for the rental and the financing, they've gone third party. Between that and delivery, they're looking to add value, not liability costs. Yep. All right, caught up. Sick. 820. I was kind of caught up, right? I was pretty close. Negative rating. Relying too much in the last few quarters. Are y'all talking GameStop? I don't even know. See you. See? Thank you, see you. Thank you. Not bad, huh? Whew. Not bad. I think we got 50 people in here. Hey, cheers to the 50 folks, huh? Welcome. On a Monday, too. Doing work. Like I said, doing work on the weekend, even doing work on a Monday when, it wasn't crazy news today, right? And the price wasn't going crazy. We get shit done. We're getting shit done. All right. Let me X out of some stuff here. What was this? Oh, no, I'll keep that open. There's nothing really going on there. Just curious. No, I didn't check out PB. I just pulled out the chart. I thought you were saying something happened to it today, like it popped or something, like a day after people were talking about it. No, I didn't look into it. I've looked into it many times in the past. Is there something particularly compelling? I saw the discussion a bit, but I didn't think there was much. I forget. Yeah. It was recommended as a safe 2 to 5 bagger. Oh man. By someone who I can't remember. Yeah, I remember the discussion, Fox. I don't know about that. I've looked into it in the past. Maybe I should. This is the thing. Even people who will dive deep into a stock and know all the ins and outs, sometimes I'll just say no to stuff, and then I don't get the full thesis. So it might go up 5x, and I'm like, oh, I should have looked into it. That's why I always talk about tracking. When you have the time and the motivation, dig into the company and get a feel for it. I've looked into BlackBerry many times. It's still a $3 billion stock. So it's going to be a $15 billion stock, BlackBerry? Was there some Just random guys say, "Not we agreed to a timeshare bunker." Those crazy Friday combos. Yeah, Friday we let loose, especially after those big weeks, a big GameStop week. You know we let loose on a Friday. What did I miss Friday? Yeah. I'll keep that open. Keep this open. Keep that open. Okay, so check these out. I've watched them a couple of times. Those are good. Oh yeah, so the basket of shorts. I mean, I don't. GameStop is one of them, right? Marginal analysis, right? Just means that's bullish. This is a bullish looking chart. You know what I mean? These record highs over 12 months, but it's interesting. That's better than I would have thought. Goldman Sachs basket of most shorted stocks. Kind of just they've put together their own little probably internal index. I thought that was kind of interesting. So the numbers are irrelevant, erroneous on all accounts, but still another little bit of a tailwind, a little bit less meaningful of a tailwind than say this one. I always thought that USA value spread, were people saying that are they reaching extremes again? We're looking at relatively attractive value stocks, and of course GameStop is a fairly classic value type stock where it's trading at cash and not net cash and not so much a low multiple book anymore, not so much a low multiple of price to book anymore, but some cheap on some metrics, right? And but again, that could be that's a potential tailwind. There was a conversation there. What the hell was it? Was the conversation here? I don't remember. A lot of people having a laugh at value stocks underperforming. And this stuff takes time to unfold too. It's not like it, but you never know. Sometimes those early couple months could accelerate quickly. So it's something I've been kind of watching, but just something. We've talked about it on the stream a couple of times. I don't even have the damn because a couple of those columns, those risk columns and the growth, the style columns too, where I kind of compare value versus growth or value versus the market and stuff. But like I say, stuff takes a while to unfold. Now, generally speaking, as across like the value style, more noteworthy, right? But for this stream, I've been talking about how it might pertain to GameStop, which is maybe kind of silly. That's fair. But even still, it's just another type of metric that not metric, that's not the right word. Talk about feel stuff. Just another thing I'm trying to look at. So we talked about this. So what did they say? Roughly half a billion in 2020 mark-to-market losses. Yeah, if it is a huge farm, could go up quite a bit more. I mean, it could require the stock price going up quite a bit more before they're closed. Maybe it needs to double again. Maybe it needs to get to 20, 25, 30. I have no idea. This is one of those I'll just watch, see how it unfolds. But that's what I mean. Focus more on the fundamentals unfolding. These, if they start coming out with new press releases and stuff, that's the stuff where I'm like, oh, what's this look like? And as other people, more and more people are as well, which is great to see. Starting to pick up on it. I forget, was there other stuff? Oh yeah, that was a good article. I mentioned that one. Oh yeah, CVC was quoting that Jeffries piece too. If y'all don't remember. If just another potential revenue stream, potential high margin revenue stream, right? We talk about all these different types of vendor partnerships, but what if they're... And so the people are trying to tie it into the Microsoft partnership too, you know what I mean? Where they can leverage this type of data for that partnership. And that's why people saying, how does this make sense for Microsoft? Like this could be part of it. So anyway, I thought that was a good one. And you see you see the list? See the list? Look at the list. Okay, look at this. Large profit center generating $1 billion. We expect it growing. So most AAA titles will skew physically for this gen. Most AAA titles will skew physically for this gen due to latency, bandwidth, file size, and storage constraints, which a lot of people have been talking about in the stream, right? 5 areas of potential value offsets. So this is from that Seeking Alpha thing too. Here's the potential value in years 4 through 7. So looking out in the future, PC game and peripherals, which we talked about a ton. High margin tabletop gaming, which I mentioned. Example D&D. The management has talked about that quite a bit. As some of these in some of their stores, those concept stores that they had. Esports, right? Esports is one. How exactly they leverage that to be seen, but just another one. Affiliate fees, data-powered advert platform, and then that's where this is the tag along to the 60 million gamer database. It's the only cross-platform data set of that size. U.S. gaming industry at 130 billion has an advertising value pool near 30 billion annually. Combined GME could create a high-margin ad targeting platform, and that's what was in Seeking Alpha. Do you know what I mean? So crazy. Oh, shit, I'm falling behind. When I'm trying to get caught up, it's kind of like, all right, at least half of them are retracted. So it's like, all right, okay, that's good. That should make me move quicker. Portfolio update? No real Roaring Kitty portfolio update. No, not much. Been kind of quiet. Kind of just tracking stuff, watching stuff. I mentioned PBF was starting to look interesting from a price point. What's that doing? Could it break below 5? That'd be sick. It's getting right there. It's hanging right around right there. Oh, actually, that was one change. I think I may have added to that. I think I did add to that in the Roaring Kitty portfolio, Jordan. That was one that's looking interesting. I got to dig in deeper and assess the credit risk. That's what I need to check. In particular, liquidity. That was one thing that was sticking out to me. Anything else? UNFI, a couple of weeks back. I know Justin had talked a bit about that. He's got some solid articles out there, too, if you want to check that out. That one's bounced back nicely after it followed a very similar GameStop trend. It sell off after earnings because people didn't get the huge news that they were hoping or wanted, and then it's kind of bounced back, and it's already breached that previous near-term high. That was one that stuck out, and I think, I had it because UNFI wasn't even in the portfolio like a month or so ago. I think those are the bigger ones. CU says GameStop added to their website TVs, drones, wearables, speakers, and tablets now available in the electronics section. Yeah, I imagine CU that a lot of that stuff wouldn't be in store. Not that you're saying that, but I'm just thinking in my head, if they're going to start offering those types of things, it's just they can offer it through their app, you know what I mean? And then they can just ship it directly from a distribution center and stuff. So in that light, it could be a good idea. Oh, Trey's here. Oh, Trey. Cheers, Trey. Welcome. Everyone liked the stream. Thanks, Trey. Yeah, Jordan says, if GameStop can absorb 1% of Amazon's market share, what will the market cap be? Oh, boy, yeah. Remember that headline? GameStop was going to take on Amazon. Then what's the market cap going to be, huh? Shit. $16 billion, Jordan says. Oh, boy. Oh, CU says it's interesting that GME is selling Amazon Echo devices. That is interesting. I didn't know that. Is it? I assume it's in the guide. I mean, I'm not going to go hunting for it, but I'll trust you. That's kind of interesting. Kind of more of that electronics side of things. You know what I mean? Interesting. And that's kind of what CU's getting at. They're offering more and more different types of electronics. Excuse me. Oh, I thought I was getting... Yeah, okay. They're adding new products online from board games to tennis rackets. There's no tennis rackets in there. Is there, George? No way. Jordan would have already alerted us to that. There's no way there's tennis rackets in there. We've traced a grand circle back to Tetrachromacy. That's how Polygon's laughing too. Yeah, no way. It's a man with... Don't worry, when you fall behind, chat just starts mastering. I know. Then I get caught up real quick, Polygon, huh? I'm caught up mad quick. Oh, Fox says, here's a Monday challenge. Go for 5 minutes without mentioning GME. That's not a bad challenge. Could I do that? Could I do that these days? That'd be tough. That'd be tough. I can always tie everything back. I tie everything back to GameStop. No problem. It's not that. I can do it. How is GME only 6? Well, how is GME only 26% of your portfolio? Number one, this is the Roaring Kitty portfolio. I thought that was your position a few weeks ago. I don't think I've updated. There's been so few trades that the whole market, all the positions must be moving, and it must not have been 26%. I believe this is up to date. I think it's been bouncing around maybe low 20s and high 20s. I think that's what it's been doing, Fox. 26 does sound familiar. I agree with you. But I'm pretty sure this has been staying up to date. Hope nothing broke. What will GME's market cap be if they acquire us? On Ryan? Cheers. Hey, Ryan's back. Hey, Ryan, I was mentioning earlier. I think it was you were talking about the cup and handle, right? What are you seeing now? What are you seeing today? How are you feeling about that cup and handle? I saw some other after you mentioned it on the chat on the stream. I saw some other folks talking about it this weekend. I'm like, yo, shit. Ryan mentioned this. Boom, boom. Yeah, it looks good. All right, there you go. Settled. Ryan says it looks good. Holding up well. There was your handle. Boom. It's holding right there. It's one of those handles they go up. You know, you got the that extra oomph so you don't get burned. You know what I mean? But I saw some other people saying that it looked pretty damn bullish. So I thought, oh shit, okay. Again, I don't look at it too much, but Ryan was. Why selling GME? Well, no, there's been no sales in the Roaring Kitty portfolio. Actually, since this recent run up from that Microsoft partnership, I don't think I've sold anything. I know. Can you? So I'll just run with this. Can you imagine? So to Uber's point, right? You can do all this DD on the stock and everything like that, and all my videos I upload before even Cohen takes a stake, right? And now it's looking as bullish as it's ever looked. As some people were saying too. I know Justin said this a bunch. You don't know who if the bigger funds aren't. It doesn't appear as though they've trimmed those 5% holders. It doesn't look like they've trimmed yet because they were right above 5%, so you'd see them trim. And then we don't know what Pori's doing, right? Because he's a bit below. But I'm just getting at. I think many folks, myself included, are getting involved because of the multi-bagger nature of it. You know what I mean? Hey, insurance. Welcome, insurance. GME is meant to be held forever, never to be sold. Oh, no, that's not true. I mean, everyone needs to manage their positions differently, right? A general, this channel's educational in nature, right? No advice. Everyone knows this. But generally speaking, it's generally a great idea, I would argue, in my expertise, to average into a position and to average out of a position. How folks here manage their own GameStop position, that's you got to do what you got to do. But just generally speaking, not just GameStop related, to maintain my own sanity, I'm typically averaging in, sometimes averaging down, sometimes averaging up. It goes both ways. But importantly, I mean, I've done it many ways, right? It's not like there's one way that I follow, and I know most of these folks are probably the same way. It's not like one way you do it every single time or anything like that. But just generally speaking, you just got to average it over time, because then if you go too heavy too quick and then it goes down, then it might get stop loss triggered or it may weigh on you too much, or if it, you know what I mean? So just That would be from an educational standpoint only. That would be my general advice from an educational standpoint. Hopefully the books say that too. Do you know what I mean? Like, are there any really solid portfolio management books out there? We were talking about position sizing too. Sorry, I forget why we were talking about that. I think we were talking about that on Friday. That's a great discussion. I think it was Eduardo. Was it Eduardo? Position sizing, how to size a position, but also, I mean, just general selling, right? People say how selling is the more difficult decision. And that's why a good rule of thumb can just be that average in and average out. Okay. Okay, so Ryan saying, Ryan who mentioned the cup and hold, Ryan was the first one I saw mention the cup and handle, right? Because as soon as they had the cup and handle, we were on the stream, and he mentioned it first. He says he sees it grinding up over the next 7 to 10 days to 1650 to 20. Wow, interesting. All right, so there's another perspective, right? I mean, Ryan, I have no idea what your analysis looks like, but I assume this opinion is largely based on the technicals, right? And so there you go. That you have some folks who, I mean, I have no idea. I'm just saying I think there's other folks, Ryan, who might be thinking like that as well, and it may be strictly technicals, which I try to think about. No, yeah, so that's what I was saying, Uber. If you're long for a long period of time, why would you sell amid of these news? Well, there's many reasons to sell. I know Uber knows this, but I'll just run with it, right? Sometimes everything's in the context of the portfolio, right? Sometimes you maybe sell, like, there could have been reasons to sell because there's tremendous opportunities out in the marketplace, right? Think back to March and April. So there's reasons outside of the position itself where you might be trimming or selling a position, or even personal needs. That's why insider selling, I discount that a bit. If you see insider selling, maybe they just need the money. It was part of their compensation. They're like, hey, we want to go buy a house or something like that. You know what I mean? So that's one reason. But looking strictly at the position itself, that's what I'm getting at, Uber, is that I don't know, I have no idea, but I think some folks may have been getting involved because they saw the tremendous upside. That doesn't mean it happens. That's why it could be. Maybe they hey, this was a smart run-up. This was a smart 3-month run-up. And I have some other opportunities that look attractive to me. So it could be logical to trim some here and put it in this other place, maybe as a matter of diversification. Maybe someone went, again, just educational, right? I'm just trying to put myself in the shoes of other folks out there who might have, maybe they went really heavy and then they get a quick double or triple for whatever the reason they went heavy. Maybe they went heavy for a technical analysis reason because it broke above resistance or something. And they go, all right, now I got a quick smart gain. But that's Uber's point. He's saying if they were long for a long period of time, why would you sell? Even still, maybe they're just tired of it, right, Uber? Maybe they're just tired of it. But I think the real deep value, folks, and everyone's different. But when I think deep value, I think the folks who typically will stick around for a bit. Not always, but that's what I think. Okay, so Ryan's talking about gap fills. Oh, yeah, I saw the gap fills. I think I saw some people talking about gap fills. Up to like that. Yeah. Yeah, is there a price at which the price action melts up? That's what I was thinking, right? I mean, part of the melt up I would attribute partially to the shorts closing, right? I'd have to think that there was a price, but some people say no. It seems kind of bizarre to me. But I don't know. See, let's ask the 8 ball if we fill the gap in the next 7 to 10 days per round. Okay, so see you saying, okay, Ryan, we heard what you said, Ryan. We hear what you're saying. We're going to get a gap fill in the next 7 to 10 days. We'll let the Magic 8 Ball decide, Ryan. I'm sorry, but this is the type of serious DD we do in this educational channel. Oh, I'm not going to lie. It says my reply is no. Did you see it? I was able to make it not blurry that one time, remember? There we go. That's so bad. Sorry. All right, so the 8 ball has spoken. We need to be modeling this in a spreadsheet to test the accuracy. All right, let me just get caught up here. I fell a little bit behind. Uber asking about the incremental lendable supply. Yep. Oh, shit, it just jumped on me. Incremental long buyers that allow for rebuy. Yeah, I know. So that's the thing. We talk about if the shorts can keep on adding to their position, but if they... I mean, we see this, right? We just had this up, right? And again, this is just... this isn't... We shouldn't view this as the actual numbers that are available or anything like that. Just view it more as like a rough estimate, right? And from here, looks like there's not that much available at this time. This thing, I've seen this kind of jump around a bit. So, but that's what Uber's kind of getting at. Where's the incremental supply going to come from for shorting? Now, yeah, I don't know enough. I don't have an opinions on those shorts. Just to chime in as part of this conversation here. All right, let me pull this up. I see the Melvin put. Citadel, call. Wow, I have no idea. I don't even know. This isn't my type of research here. Yeah, the Roaring Kitty portfolio is what I share in this tracker here. It gets it's too intensive to try to combine everything, and yes, things are managed differently, like I've mentioned before. So this is the one. This is a good proxy for my style, my approach, and again, from an educational standpoint, like I said, it's perfect. I'm happy. Like for an educational standpoint, I'm happy there's so many positions there where it's worked out. The timing's worked out great, and you kind of get a feel for the types of stocks that I like to see, and so this is the one that gets presented in these spreadsheets here. It's kind of the cleanest one for accomplishing that educational aspect, I think. It keeps popping on me. Hold up. Let me get back. Oh, yeah, there's no shorts. There's no short positions listed here. Okay, so Ryan's saying get over 15, hold to start the upward movement. And yeah, a lot of people have been saying, even some fundamental folks, Ryan, have been thinking that 15, I see the $16 level right here too. I've been focused on 15, 16. But 15 is looking increasingly interesting because we're not like staying above it. As soon as it gets to 15, it gets sold off. And again, once you get one fundamental press release, it's like, you know what I mean? But I agree. Again, I'm not knocking technical analysis, Ryan. You see me using it here. This is always at the margin, and that stuff is meaningful. It's just at times it doesn't even hold a candle to some of the fundamental news that can be dropped. But for this marginal analysis, I agree with Ryan. He's saying we need to get over 15 and hold to start upward moving into gap. And that's to Ryan's point. He's saying, hey, if you can do this, you may get up to that 20 point without any news. And then the news is only incremental from that point. So that's why I think about that stuff. I mean, I don't know if that's what Ryan's talking about, but that's how I think about it too. It might just, I wouldn't, not to use Uber's phrase of the whole melt up type thing, but if it could just keep running higher because people are playing it for reasons Ryan's laying out here. And then maybe you get the news, right? But, representing the robots. Beep, beep, boop, 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 boop. Just remember, it's Halloween couple weeks here. Just Halloween. Go to Halloween brews. Just trying to do some beep, boop, boops. That's all. That's all. Hey, that was easy. I'm caught up. Everything's gone. It's all gone. I'm caught up. Circ. I mean, I hope I'm not missing anything too big. That would suck. Oh well. Oh yeah. I mean, I'm just having a laugh. Y'all got to retract. I mean, I understand. I'm just having a laugh. No problem. No worries. Ryan says most trading is robots. We've been speculating. Well, the trading itself, right, Ryan? Right, Ryan's just saying like the trading. The trading itself is robots. Robots who may be factoring this type of stuff in, right? That's why I'm taking a peek at that stuff, you know? Oh yeah, okay. Uber says, let's talk about the Microsoft deal. Thank you for that reminder. Boom. If y'all haven't seen Uber, he's posted this in a number of places. Let's beep boop boop Philly. Welcome back, Philly. Beep beep boop 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 boop. Here is Uber's figures that he penciled through. He originally posted it on StockWits there, and so I'm gonna just leave this up. You can read it. I think I get the whole thing right there. Can I get it all right there? There you go. It almost fits perfectly. Oh, there we go. Okay. Okay, Uber's saying it's in Microsoft's best interest for a vibrant gaming nexus that GME represents to capture incremental gamers in spending into their ecosystem. It makes sense that GameStop would share in the downstream benefits, right? I think hopefully most people can kind of understand that. It seems like a lot of people can kind of get to that point. And then it's more just the numbers game, right? Okay, so each new Xbox Series X and the digital will generate an incremental $36 to $75 lifetime digital shared margin, right? That's the dollar, right? Not in millions or anything like that. 36 to 75 lifetime digital shared margin. This does not value the physical games, so it's just excluding the associated physical games with the console, and also I think he doesn't. Don't you disregard use? Well, let me keep going. No value for non-gaming digital. So other digital purchases. This is only related to gaming digital purposes. And if I ever get anything wrong here, let me know, Uber. I'm just reading what's on the page, but sometimes I still mess up, you know. And there you go. He's not valuing the used market at all, which, as we've been talking about, could be huge. Someone mentioned that on the stream. Uber, yeah, you hope I can read. Yeah, I know, right? Reading's one thing, comprehending Uber, huh? Whew. Oh, did I miss some stuff? Trading algorithms, yep. Can you tweet that link out? Oh, yeah. Let me. The StockTwits link? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I'm going to send it to see you. Okay. Just feed the text into my R2-D2 processor. Okay, here you go. Okay, the estimate is for the digital-only valuation. Recall this is for activity conducted solely via Xbox outside the GameStop omni-channel distribution problem. So what Uber's trying to make abundantly clear, he is trying to model one specific aspect of GameStop's business model here as it pertains to the Microsoft partnership. In leaving out a whole bunch of other value. This is Uber's point, is that there's a whole bunch of other value with GameStop, right, that isn't tied directly to this. And he's like, just don't even bother with that. If you want to do a clean model of something, you need to ignore some of these other variables that would just cause noise in this setup here. So like, just consider all this stuff. Okay. If people disagree with some of Uber's figures here, you got to say what you disagree with. So he's assuming 12 lifetime paid games sold with a 50-50 physical digital split. I could imagine someone trying to disagree with this at a $50 average cost. At a $50 average cost, right? Please disagree and teach. Yeah. Assumes 12 lifetime. So I have no insights. I know I jacked up the math at one part. So I have no insight into what the average number of paid games is per person following the console. 12 seems like a reasonable figure. There is probably some data out there that indicates the number of games people buy, new games, the number of new games that people buy following a console purchase. You know what I mean? I'm sure Microsoft has that type of information. I mean, even GameStop has some of that information. 12 seems reasonable enough to me, but again, if you disagree, as Uber's saying, shout it out. With a 50-50 physical digital split. Now, this is now any one person probably isn't going to be 50-50. You're going to have one person who's going to skew more physical, one person who's going to skew more digital. Uber's coming to this in the aggregate saying, okay, but by and large, it's 50-50. And he's only looking out a couple of years, right? Is that what? No, what are you looking out? Because you'd think that this 50-50 could be a little bit that this might they'd be tilted more toward digital as you move further and further out into the future, right? For what that's worth. At a $50 average cost for new games, doesn't that seem somewhat reasonable, right? Because you're not buying used. He's excluding used games. Only focus on new games. Some of these games is looking like they're going to be $70 price point, right? Right. I should be reading this too because I. Okay, so Justin saying the digital game download profit is probably 20 to 25 million a year. The big question is how big DLC is. Yep. Game. Okay, so Steve Stunk says game average will be higher than 50, right? Like I was just saying, some of these newer games are $70. So if you get down to and again, if it's new games, sometimes they go on sale. Sometimes there's a deal or something, or a number of years have passed, so you might get some at cheaper prices, right? Maybe. But 50 does maybe 50 on the lower side. The numbers per game will likely be higher since the price for games is rising for next year. So Trey says the same thing. The average number of paid games. Oh, perfect. Okay, so Uber says, thank you, Uber. This is terrific. The average number of paid games in PS4 per Sony's financial statements is 14.5 in a console's life. Cheers, Uber. Perfect. There you go. Now we have something to hang our hat on. Uber went a little bit lower than that. So we looked up what is the average number of paid games. Did it say new games? Did it say new games, Uber? Because you could have a bunch of used games in there. You know what I mean? How meaning and what does that matter? I just mean if we're trying to exclude the used games aspect. I'd invalidate that. Was advised by another. Okay. Okay, we're not totally sure on that then. Okay, we're not totally sure on that 14.5. Oh, so Dusty says the number of lifetime games seems low, as does the average cost with new $70 price point on major titles, but the 50-50 is optimistic, I think, right? Okay. There's also a depletion curve, so it's not straight line cash flow, of course, of course. Hey, Gats, welcome back, Gats. Cheers, happy Monday. We're thinking they do share in DLC. Were the microtransactions still we were uncertain of? But I'm pretty sure they are. It's everything. Taking from Microsoft 30%. I intended to be conservative. Yep. I think others have argued 3 to 5% is not conservative. I will put 1% on the low end. Yeah. Good point, CU. Excellent point. Of course, Sony would only have new games data. Right. Good call, CU. They wouldn't have that. You know who would? CU? You know who would, though, right? Right. Here's one thing I was thinking, CU, is that if you buy a used game, then you got to go install it on your console. Sony sees. But they wouldn't know. Could they know it's a used game? Maybe it doesn't. Yeah, it probably doesn't get marked as used, does it? It could, because if it's on someone else's console, then can Sony tell that it's used? Oh, I don't know. There's a thought. What do you think, CU? I don't know. If they've seen that code on someone else's console, and then they see it pop up on a new one, I wonder if it gets captured as used on Sony's database. Just a thought. I don't know. Yeah, that was all transactions. All transactions via the console, which is crazy. And that's why you see on those YouTube videos, those folks as bullish as they are, and ourselves too, right? What analysts are saying is that a percentage of 5 digital games won't offset selling those physical at higher margins and losing pre-owned sales. Oh, yeah, I don't think that's the right take. Maybe... That relies on those digital games being... That's right. I don't agree with that take for exactly what Gat says right after. That relies on those digital games being a replacement for physical purchases rather than a new addition to the market. Exactly. Yep, the split between full price and versus on sale price. But analysts aren't taking into consideration the DLC, AMD, micro. Oh, okay. So Justin went another way. I was going Gat's way, but Justin says they're not even taking into account. They're only thinking about the games. Justin's saying if they're thinking just about the games, they're not thinking of this other stuff. DLC and the microtransactions and stuff. That's incremental, right? That's on top of it. Then maybe it can. Yeah. Okay. Percentages will be tiered depending on content. I think the percentages will certainly be tiered depending on content, but I think the main for higher amounts on other things like movie streaming, rentals if included. Okay. Salaryman only buys digital when it's like $5. So the real cheap stuff. I wonder if other folks are like that too. So Trey says, I'd argue that since the XSX is backwards compatible, that the pre-owned sales would be higher than what they expect. I would have to see the numbers. Yes, I'm with you, Gats. I'm with you. So Gats says, I think too many are viewing digital versus physical as an either or. I agree. I think that's part of the mistake I'm seeing. I think it's a mistake how it's being interpreted by some folks, in particular some people who are bearish on GameStop. I don't think it's an either or. GameStop was not participating in this. GameStop was not participating in this ecosystem one day, and then they're participating in it. It's not as if that because this partnership exists, people are suddenly going to say, "Oh, well, in that case, I'm just not going to buy physical anymore." It's not the case. I don't know. Let me keep going. Gats, you got me, Gats. And Justin's going another way with it, which I like. I know Trey's been talking up that backwards compatibility quite a bit, right? I mean, I agree with you, Trey. You know what I mean? If it's this backwards compatibility aspect, that it's just like a little bit of a marginal thing that's supporting that. This is downside protection, right? Right. It was good to see. You know what I saw? The big thing about the those YouTube videos and some of the like when I said I was seeing sentiment shift, in particular, specifically what I was seeing shift is not just people bullish on the stock. What you saw happening was the discussion changing from physical discs to, hey, wait a second, GameStop existing in this new digital ecosystem, right? These different revenue streams. That's why some of the stuff I was tweeting out, like that was the change that I was starting to see this week. Whereas I didn't, like everyone's been so focused on like I talk about myself, the downside protection. That's what I was thinking about. I just wanted to make sure my downside was protected. But even still, GameStop's horse and buggy, physical disc, everyone downloads, blah, blah, blah. But finally, it like kind of felt like this past week people are starting to talk about, and it's a big part of the reason is the Microsoft partnership. Justin doing the rounds, trying to clarifying these points. Uber too, participating in that too, trying to help get the word out there. And then people like, oh, and then they're like, this is sick. Like they're starting to get it. Just having that discussion revolve around the right thing, like what the bigger thing for the thesis. Just seeing that discussion start to shift, I thought that was great to see. And really, it's been a while. It's been 12 months. It's been 12 months in the making. We needed some PR and some. Anyway, sorry. Let me keep going. But anyway, to Trey's point, that the backwards compatibility helps support that downside stuff, right? Okay. Be attracting the whales to buy their consoles from GameStop. Uber says a hugely important thing will be attracting the whales to buy their console. Okay, so CU's answering me, I think. It's unlikely they can track the SKU data from a sale all the way to a console. The games aren't uniquely secured individually. I'd say GME has more pre-owned data. Okay, thank you, CU. I'm just going to trust you. That's it. Fail to account for new e-commerce items entering the picture, especially microtransactions. We also don't know if the mix of spending is even across consumers that shop at Walmart, Target, Best Buy. I would assume that hardcore gamers would buy from GameStop. Yeah, I don't know about that. I'd be curious. Why would the hardcore gamers buy from GameStop at a higher rate? But I did not model that way. because of power-up rewards or something like that. Microtransactions are the biggest growth right now, especially with free titles like Fortnite. So those margins will be much better. Yeah. That's what, to Justin's point, Justin's like, the analysts aren't factoring this stuff in. They're focused on the games themselves and not some DLC and these additional items. That's what I mean. That's why like the DD Justin's doing here and Uber as well, reaching out to investor relations and Cerny and so forth and trying to get clarification on this stuff. It's big. It's if you're talking like, if it's like an extra, even if it's like an extra 20 million, just an extra 20 million to perpetuity, like that's meaningful for a deal like this, or 30 million. Okay. Free new games. All right, better keep going. I'm going to fall a little bit behind. I'm not going to let it happen tonight. We got some good dialogue going there. We're doing some DD here. Yes, to Uber's point. Oh, so Uber's just saying this. Okay. So Gat says, I find the whole Microsoft announcement very curious. Gats, I hope you elaborate. And why it was worded that way. I hope you elaborate. And then Uber says, the perpetual nature of the deal is the crazy part. That it's the lifetime of the console. That's the thing. That's what I'm getting at, Uber. Like, if it's... I made that comment before I saw your thing there. If it's just an extra 20 million, this clarification that Justin and Uber are getting to the bottom of, if it's just an extra 20 million, that is to perpetuity. You know what I mean? Then assign a discount rate, whatever the hell you want. Then we can debate that till the cows come home too. And then we get that's what's changing. You know what I mean? That's why they're higher margin. They're deserving of higher multiples. They're longer term. They're growth opportunities too. And that was why I made that tweet. I mean, a number of people have been saying that too, right? That when people start ascribing higher multiples to these types of revenue streams, it takes folks a while to come around to it. But that's the type of thing where I'm like, this is meaningful. And the big thing too is, and I've said this on the last stream too, that disconnect I felt as though people saw the Microsoft partnership and they thought that's it. And if you view it as that first domino to fall and that there's subsequent similar types of partnerships ahead of us, not even just this. I don't even mean the nature of this partnership. Maybe there's a Sony and Nintendo one like this, but like I said, that like marketing their data, the 60 million power rewards that Wissink had been talking about too. Like that's another potential revenue stream. But these are higher margin growth paths. And those will be deserving of higher multiples. And you see some of these stocks trading out there today at somewhat lofty valuations because of their growth potential, trading on growth potential. And if people come around to this, that's the big upside for GameStop that I think some folks are continuing to not see right now. In my potentially biased opinion. Right? Okay. Yeah. So, right, my question is it due to NDA or ongoing negotiations with other partners, or so they can... So that's what I was saying. There's lots of reasons they could have worded that press release that way. I agree with you, Gats, that, like I said, this is another one of those in management I trust. Like, people complain, there's not enough information in this press release. It's like, what? They know... They have a good idea as to how much information they should divulge in this press release, whether it's because they don't want to, or they can't because of the nature of the partnership, or they may be working on other opportunities. I have no idea, but like I think there's plenty of rational explanations for that. Why? I mean, I understand Gats gets this, but this is what I'm thinking. Like I thought, like just the timing and the wording of everything. I'm like, they probably have good reason for describing it this way. That was why it was great that Justin and Uber were able to follow up and then get clarification on it. I was like, I wasn't sure that they'd be how successful they'd be, and they were. Cerny, investor relations, they were like, no, it's okay to know this information. I thought that was kind of interesting, and maybe that's kind of what Gats is getting at. Okay, let me go. Okay, so Ryan says, some believe on FinTwit, Microsoft has plans to dedicate section in GameStop to Surface tablets, etc. since Microsoft owns those stores. So I've been thinking about this, that there could be more to this partnership too because of the timing of the closure of the stores and everything like that. Interesting, Ryan. Again, I don't know if that's a great opportunity for GameStop. I don't know. Whatever. I do like the idea of focusing on gaming generally. That I do like that that mission right now for GameStop. But indeed, if something like that could be in GameStop's best interest, then that seems like a legitimate opportunity here, right? Maybe Microsoft says, hey, we don't have these stores. Could you have a section dedicated to Microsoft stuff here? Oh, okay. Zuber says, we know that Microsoft is moving to the front of the store. Oh, okay. There you go. As part of the, okay. And that ties into how could that impact other potential partnerships? You know what I mean? I have no idea, but you like to think and you hope and you have to trust at some point that the management team is doing what's in the best interest of all the stakeholders. I mean, they don't always, not just GameStop, but even with management teams, they don't always do that, right? But you kind of, as a OPMI, you kind of have to be like, you gotta hope that's the case, because there's only so much I could add myself and yourselves, like recommendations as to what to do here and there, like so kind of removed from it. Oh, so Dusty says that microtransactions from just Fortnite are worth 1.8 billion. Wow, is that what they were? 1.8 billion last year alone. Not all on Xbox, but also just one game. Wow. And then he's saying you can see how microtransactions can add up even at a low percent. Wow. Oh, yeah. Do we think they're going to be bi-yearly console refreshes like phones? Is there a link to that? I heard some people talking about that, Trey. You got a link? Does anyone say that? Did Microsoft say that? Or is this just like the prevailing sentiment and the people talking about? I think they see more refresh, like Trey said, but really would love more PC space from GME. Yeah. Steve Stonk says top 7 publishers had over 11 billion in microtransactions in 2019. Wow. Okay. I hope so. Okay, Uber. So 20 million is basically what the market added, right? $20 million, 10% discount rate, 5% growth rate. So they added from when? Oh, since the lows? This gets messy. I mean, the simplistic calculations, perhaps. We say 10% discount rate, 5% growth rate. You would think you would expect it to grow. Who knows what the rate is? Man, that's what I mean. Perpetuity? It's kind of hard to believe. Right, Uber? You know what I mean? Wow. Those biolayers will allow them to innovate faster than Sony and take the market share away from PlayStation. Okay, thanks. Yep, Steve Stonk, thank you for that number. Oh, yeah. Oh shit, I'm falling behind. All right, I gotta go. Okay. Still boils down to the stock price being artificially suppressed by the wet short blanket that's sitting on it. I think sentiment too, right? I mean, I wouldn't blame it all on the shorts Uber. So considered integration of PC into Game Pass. I think Game Pass are going to be okay, so Trey says, I think Game Pass and the All Access program are going to be the big sells for Microsoft. And what will most help you? Game Pass and the All Access program. Okay. So that's what Trey thinks will be the biggest help for GME. Okay. So George is saying people don't realize that video games will eventually become a very small fraction of GameStop online sales as they diversify products. Yeah, that's the thing. You know, it would diversify into which products. You know what I mean? Like, you don't want too low margin products. And they've tried diversification methods in the past. If Fox were here, that's what he'd say. They've tried this diversification path in the past, but I think this time they're trying it in earnest, and I don't think they tried it in earnest in the past. But indeed, George, it's a good point to bring up. Selling a ton of people. Yeah, the PC parts. They'll push Xbox Game Pass for PC. Yep. Okay, why did it need investor relations clarification though? It was a, so Salary Ben, just a quick take, maybe other people already answered this. It was a dual press release. Microsoft and GameStop issued the same press release, so I assume that had a part, that explained part of the reason they needed to use the wording that they did in the actual press release, so subsequent questions needed to be asked after the fact. That's what I'm thinking. And for whatever reason, it was preferred not to go into too many details in the press release itself. That's just a guess. I have no idea. And again, that's from Microsoft's perspective, that seems completely reasonable to me. That they say, I just don't want to put a. Sometimes you just don't want to divulge everything in a single press release. It's not always the goal of the company to say, here's every little tidbit about this deal. Sometimes it's not in the best. It's not in the best. From a business sense, it's not the optimal thing to do. Even though I don't know the exact reason right now, Salary, I just like entertain the thought, like, all right, maybe it's coming from a reasonable standpoint. You'll often see that's how I think about certain things. Try to get caught up. What if the Microsoft deal means that GME isn't buying the console inventory? What if it means that Microsoft is lending the consoles to GME in return for a profit share? Huh? Is the agreement exclusive to Xbox? If GameStop sells a gaming PC and Microsoft makes money on microtransactions in games, sells in Windows, could it include that as well? I thought it was just Xbox, no? Yeah, it is exclusive to Xbox. Okay. Yeah, if GameStop becomes a player in the PC space, or you think they might as Microsoft, wouldn't you pursue a way to sell them on Game Pass when they do a bill? Yep. Oh, so Tracy, why did they make why did they make the All Access program a 2-year payment plan? Oh, I don't know. Has it been 2 years? Is that a recent change or anything? I know Trey's trying to say that maybe that's the reason that they're going to change it to more frequent updates to the consoles and stuff. More like an iPhone, right? Oh, yeah, Trey said that in my... he responded to one of my tweets saying that. I think it was one of today's, right? Right. No, it wasn't that one. Shit, which one was it? This one? Nope. This one? Oh, try. This one? There it is. So Trey was like, also, Microsoft is already talking future Xbox iterations, which leads me to be inclined that I'm right that it's named Series X as a way of following phone naming iterations as it becomes more frequently released, likely in time with the two. Oh, yeah. Trey, you mentioned that there. On self-builds, one tied to hardware. Why would they then name them? Right, so I just brought that up, Trey. Yeah. I don't know. I honestly, I have no idea, Trey, right? I'm just kind of not trying to play devil's advocate. I'm just trying to figure it out myself. Is this, could this be what they're doing? And then what are the implications for GameStop? You know what I mean? As you're doing too. Best Buy at 120? See, that's why I keep bringing it up. Look at this market cap. 31 billion. 31 billion. 31 billion. And I mentioned in one of my tweets, yeah, I've talked about this already. Best Buy is a comp for one aspect of the GameStop business, but I used Facebook as my example just to make my point. Where depending on what type of revenue stream you have, there's another aspect of GameStop's potential business down the line. Well, not even potential business. It's real now that following the Microsoft partnership, that you deserve a much higher potential multiple. More so the advertising standpoint. You know what I mean? Like Best Buy is one aspect, one comp, if you will, of like the brick and mortar retail business and the omni-channel style, and it trades at 31 billion. 31 billion. GameStop is less than $1 billion. You know what I mean? Even going the brick and mortar path, everyone's bearish for brick and mortar. I'm like, look at Best Buy. Look at Best Buy. It's not the same business model, right? And then we're talking about Best Buy's inventory isn't like going horse and buggy and stuff. But I don't think it's that big of a difference that it warrants this level of premium to GameStop. But then you tack on those other potential revenue models that GameStop can stack, and then this gap will. I feel strongly this gap, obviously, right? Because I'm bullish on GameStop. That this gap between Best Buy and GameStop will close. Thanks for reminding me of that. I haven't pulled up Best Buy in a while. I gotta keep going. Let's go. Yep, I saw Spencer talking about those consoles, those new generations too, Uber. All right, all caught up. Good discussion here, huh? Lots of people voicing some very reasonable opinions on shit. Okay, when the 60-page gift list is fully available, we are going to get a glimpse of the types of products they will begin diversifying with again. Oh, George, it's out. Is this what you mean? It's out. And to your point, you're right. I mean, we do see some new stuff in here. Some people have been talking about it. The different, we've been diversifying again. I think Cohen may have a hand in this. Yeah, I hope he does, George, right? He has some. I'm sure he has some solid insights on this. So Jens asks, customer database / gamer profiles now, doesn't that have value in it? Yes, absolutely. I think there's tremendous value there, right? And that's what we were talking about with Sync on her thing. That I think that there's tremendous value. We haven't even heard much. No, we haven't heard anything from the company. We haven't heard anything from the company on this, have we? I don't think we've heard a single thing. They talk about the Power Up Rewards members and stuff. But Jeffries has been talking about this more openly than I've seen anyone else talk about. Like, I haven't really Like talking about, this is kind of what you're talking about. You could create a high margin ad targeting platform to improve ad efficacy for vendors. And this is based on those, what'd you say, the customer database that they have and the gamer profiles. Yeah, it has a lot of value in it, Jen. Now, there's a big question as to how much value, but Wissink here, she goes through an example here. But she was just saying, I think she wants a little bit more confirmation of what this might look like, just kind of waiting on PR from the company. But shit, we get something like, everyone's talking about Sony and stuff, right? I mean, it seems like a natural next announcement if there were one. I don't know. Maybe it makes sense there wouldn't be one. I don't know enough about this. But this is another one that I think that has a lot of value in it that the market would perceive as valuable and stuff. And that's why I'm trying to make that Facebook comparison, right? This a growth opportunity from an ad perspective. Not enough people talking about this one yet. But again, I don't think we've heard anything. Is there even anything in here, CU, that talks about like this ad? I think we did mention something. I think we did. I forget. It's here somewhere. Yeah, Get says the same thing. Good discussion here, huh? I mean, like for these types of quality discussions, I'm like, it's okay that we get behind. It's like, all right, yeah, this is valuable stuff to read. Oh, Trey, I probably won't get into. I don't have an exact plan on some of this stuff. It's often based on feel. It's also, like I said, dependent on like no advice here, no recommendations. I know Trey knows this, but just generally, it kind of just depends on your own situation. I've shared what I felt roughly fair value of least of the legacy business was, but some of as we get new news and stuff like that, new news. I try to reassess. And right now, yeah, I don't know. I don't even have precise figures. I don't have anything in my head. Right now, it's just based on feel. I continue to believe the stock is undervalued here at with $800 million in cash on the books and a $900 million market cap. But beyond that, nothing to even say at this time. It's not so much based on the multiple per se, but where it's trading relative to a reasonably fair estimate of value, not just of the legacy business, but also like a transform business. And to some degree, they're overlap. They're increasingly overlapping in my mind. They used to be a bit more separate, but now I can see this whole omni-channel stuff is kind of impacting how I'm thinking about shit. Yeah. So Jen says, database is huge and often ignored, but data is everything, especially to tech. That's right. Imagine if GameStop starts getting a tech multiple. That people have been laughing at this. They will laugh at that even right now if they saw this. But I don't know that they'll be laughing 2 years out from now at that. Like I'm not saying that it's going to trade at 80 times sales or something like that. But right now it trades in the gutter relative to where it could trade, viewed as at least some aspects of a business as like a tech type company. To Jen's point. And because data's everything. That's the thing. It's a part of GameStop is it's a data company. Part of it, not the whole thing. It's not the whole thesis. That's why I talk about stacking those revenue streams, right? Part of it is they have some valuable data, cross-platform data on folks. That's valuable to folks, to in many investors' perspective, as Jen's saying, especially in tech. So if people start perceiving this as more of a tech type company, more of an advertising type company, because they can advertise based on the data that they have. As a growth type company, that's the big upside opportunity. And then it's just a case of, okay, what are you assigning that multiple to, and what's it look like? That's the thing. People are like, even Wissink here, saying now, what's the phrase? Still too early to fully underwrite in valuation. But imagine we get a couple more PRs, a couple more news releases, something along these lines. I don't know whether it's Sony and it's also maybe an ad campaign or something like that. Maybe we're saying like, all right, this is a bit more. At least they can model a valuation or crude valuation to kick things off. It could be quite a bit higher, couldn't it? I don't know. That's what I think. That's not to say that they're definitely going to pull all this shit off. I'm not saying they're definitely going to pull it off, but if that whole perception type stuff, right? And like the fair value, like It's a sum of the weighted average probabilities and stuff. You know what I mean? So if the probabilities are changing, even though the numbers themselves could remain static, but if the probabilities of that are increasing because of incremental news and so forth, that affects the fair value. It does. All right, I'm trying to get caught up, but Jen, you're making some good points. Yeah, Gats agrees with that. Oh, right. Salaryman, the surfaces should give selling prompts. The team member enters the member number. It spits out likely/desired trades from the history or makes it connect. That's the thing. So leveraging the data that they have in store, right? There you go. Another way that data can be leveraged, and maybe it hasn't been so far. That's what I mean. I think it's more so when the comparisons to past GMEs, I believe, are misguided. And I know Uber and I were talking about this. I forget when. But we talk about this on the chat where it's not this. This time is different. You can say that's dangerous to say whatever, but I feel like this time is objectively different. Where maybe lazy is not the right word, but I just feel like past management teams weren't trying effectively or efficiently. I don't know what you want to say, but they weren't really going at it, and I feel like they are this time. Like leveraging these types of things Salaryman's talk about, like leveraging this stuff in store to try to optimize whatever that sale might be. And I don't even think they've even tried that, but maybe to some degree, right? I don't mean to make blanket statements like they've never done anything like this before, but maybe it can be optimized to a degree that it never has before. And that's another way that data can be leveraged. And why? I don't know. On GameStop, right. Don't GME have 60 million customers in database versus 16 million I've seen mentioned today? So they have 60 million in there, but there's roughly 20, I estimate roughly 20 million have been active over the past 12 months. I'll just show you where I got that. If you go to the 10K and you search loyalty rewards or programs, boom. Okay, so you can see here, we have our loyalty, blah, blah, blah. Our U.S. loyalty program had probably 42 million as of February 1st. And then, and of those 42 million, 15 million had. And I calculated, what is it, 15 divided by 42? That's about 35, 36%, right? But then they also have, outside of the U.S., they have some members, 22 million members. So 42 plus 22, that's where you get the 64 million. We just say 60 million just to be quick. But then if you assume of those 22, roughly the same figure, 35% have been active over the past year. I don't know that. That's what I mean. It's just a crude estimate. Times 22, get about 7, 8, something like that. And then I figure, all right, so about 20 million have been active. That ain't that bad, I think. But so 60, this is where that 60 million is coming from. FYI, Ryan. Right, it's so to Uber's point, yeah, I saw people talking about the games. It's the console, that's the ecosystem nexus. That's right. That's where this partnership, the nexus is that's a good word. Is that your word, Uber? The nexus is the console itself. If it came from GameStop, that's where they're partnering in the revenue stream. Whether new or used, yep. What did they use is big, right? Yes, they're being very careful as trained to be, right? That's lifetime revenue value equals downloads, DLC, etc. Downstream is the term he used in writing. Did they clarify that means only console buyers because Game Pass is also the ecosystem? Well, I think Justin was confirming that too. Microtransactions confirmed. Yeah, so CU was talking about the potential of xCloud at GATS for what that's worth. I saw GATS just talking about xCloud. CU's been talking about that quite a bit. Willing to pay for that, hence double PREs. Yep. Good. Okay. Center before. Yep. Connection between Game Pass and xCloud. Cat says if Game Pass sales count as bringing them into the ecosystem, then GME should share in potential xCloud, in my opinion. What's Uber have to say about that? Yes, thinking about it here. Now I see that more clearly. Wow. Oh, okay. So Uber, I was going to say, so Uber's saying, wow. There need to be new subscribers that they need to be right. They need to be new subscribers that GameStop brings into the incremental to the Xbox S. Yep. The only thing I want is to be known as the game. The only thing I want is to be known as the GameStop Nexus guy. All right. We can do that, Uber. We can make that happen here. We can make that happen. I think they would get from xCloud. Okay, just bring. Okay, so Justin says it's just selling an Xbox, not Game Pass. I know. CU says, I think we're beyond onto something and straight up way ahead of the curve. We might be, by the way. I don't know. We could be. Yeah, I don't think anyone specifically asked about xCloud. I haven't seen it. I mean, Uber, it would have been you and Justin, but I didn't come across anyone. Really, CU was the one who was talking about xCloud quite a bit. Now, one of the last week's stream. Yeah, so that's what CU's saying after the stream on Friday. I think maybe it was Friday CU was talking all about it. Uber. Cheers. Gave it on Friday. When do we get yeah, we should get updated short interest about like the 24th, October 24th. I think someone will correct me if I'm wrong. My understanding is that the rev share on the consoles they sell only. Interesting. Sorry for getting hopes up. I'll push to get a different definitive consoles only from them. Okay, so Gats is gonna. Good luck, Gats. But xCloud could allow you to play your Xbox on your phone. It's a gateway. If Xbox is betting on Game Pass, then why don't they consider Game Pass the ecosystem or a console? They're selling it. Yeah, but it doesn't say console. You're dumb. Platforms onto your single account. Oh, I see, Justin. It specifically says Xbox ecosystem. Yeah, Uber says, I can see what the shorts are about. It really could mean everything, anything, or not so much. I know, right? As I see this too, I'm like, well, wait a second. I had the same kind of take. I'm like, right, so that's good. So Gant says, I wonder why they didn't mention console sales specifically and instead chose Xbox ecosystem. I thought that was kind of interesting too. So Gats is talking about. Will both benefit from the customer acquisition and lifetime revenue value of each game are brought into the Xbox ecosystem. Is the console even here? It's an Xbox. Yeah, no. I mean, it's there, but... Shorts have been holding for a while, yeah. We still don't know if it's the same shorts to Fox Points. If you were here, you'd say that. Just one thing to think about, but I think the good chunk of it is the same, Ryan, that they've held it for a while. That's why we think it could take more. It's going to take more than stock tripling for them to close. They really need to come around to this fundamental thesis changing, that GameStop is not only a couple of PRs, right, but they're actually reinventing themselves. And one single Microsoft partnership that's a little bit vague in areas isn't the game changer itself, but with a bit more PR, or like I've been saying too, more aggressive, more bullish price action. But even still, that they've been short for so long, it's clearly they feel more strongly and they have more conviction than maybe other folks might. The unknowns are important. Update. But Xbox ecosystem revenue is not limited to consoles anymore with xCloud, right? But only through the sales of the console. My understanding. I don't know if I'm smart enough to keep up with this conversation. I don't know if I'm smart enough to keep up with it. I'm trying my best. My understanding is PC is definitely not included. That's from Justin. Okay. Because Xbox is now a mobile. I think this is CU's point. He's been saying this. And also pointed out this. What page was that, CU? Shit. I forget what you said. 48? Oh, I got it. Is this it? Right there. Is this what CU? Is this it? Right here? You can have your Xbox in your living room and play Xbox in your bedroom without moving the console if you're not at home. I did see Spencer talking about that, at least in the future, that he wants that. You should be able to play. You should be able to play the damn console. You should be able to play your games anywhere. If GameStop sells incremental Game Pass subscribers, if GameStop sells incremental Game Pass subscribers that subsequently consume DLC within the Xbox ecosystem via xCloud or a console they sold, that's a broad view. Justin views ecosystem, meaning money spent within Xbox system. Now, that's how I originally interpreted it, too. But I don't know enough about this. I mean, they're really talking about this xCloud. I mean, xCloud's not even mentioned, right? Of course not. And then Jad says, if PC is included, then I would imagine xCloud is out as well. Right. But with their language, I still want them to tell me it's only through console sales. Right. I kind of get where you're coming from, Gats, here. Just like it seems like that could be the case, but I want you to explicitly tell me this is okay. I this is a good combo. xCloud is likely out. Yep. I mean, I agree with both Justin and Gats. You know, I can agree with both, right? Post a Q3 profit. Yeah, I mean, if people are expecting gloom and doom for Q3. They do say it's only through console sales. They do say it's only through console sales? Oh, there you go. Well, I don't think it's here, but Justin must be talking about somewhere else. Whatever. If you can do TIA in stocks, you're smart enough to do anything. Yeah, right. Boop, 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 boop. Chart lines, lines, trend lines, circles. Yeah, that's the thing. That thing looks sweet. Yeah. That's what. See, yep. Okay, let me pull that back up. Yep. See, you talked about that at the beginning of tonight. Trey likes it too. Trey likes it. Yes, that's one of the xCloud controllers right there. I can zoom in a little bit. Portion of downstream that we will receive a portion of downstream revenue from any device that we bring, any device that we bring into the Xbox ecosystem. My understanding is device equals Xbox. Device. Yeah, device is probably, yeah, everyone else is saying this too. TV, console, phone, etc. Phone? The device is broader than and not necessarily equal to Xbox. It is. I agree. It is broader than, but how does this tie into the xCloud or PC? I thought GameStop left the door open. I don't even think device closes it. Is this us overthinking stuff? I don't know. I'm not so sure. Maybe. Also, how do you track that? Example, I buy Xbox from GME. That includes PC game, but I download game and play on PC. Gets complicated quick. Okay. It's all about the other devices. Yeah. Don't know why Microsoft. Can't disclose this specifically arranged given the competitive standpoint. Given the competitive standpoint, I'd agree with Microsoft. Sure, makes sense. We receive an undisclosed portion of the downstream revenue from any device that we bring into the Xbox ecosystem. All right, Justin's saying his conversation wasn't money. Okay. Conversation wasn't money. Okay. I don't doubt I don't doubt Justin's either. PR was money, okay. Device Xbox is the only thing with a serial month. The device Xbox is the only thing with a serial. Yeah, right. You need the console to track this stuff, right? This has nothing to do with the revenue share. It's the sale of a console. So does that mean no digital sales are included? As for sell-side interpretations, we've spoken with Jeffrey. It's not. Yep. Okay. Caught up. Okay. I don't know where we got, but. Whew. Hey, Uber. Thanks for the reminder to bring this shit up, huh? This got us talking. This got us thinking about stuff. Hey, Uber, it didn't sound like too many people disagree with some of the figures you tossed out here, which is good news. Again, I haven't seen it laid out anywhere else. So I know he would know better than I was just stating that the original release, right? But it may have been on purpose, right? Okay. Whew. So I have a game that I downloaded from Game Pass. Just at the original wording. I'm reading this. Also, I didn't see this pop. Why did this pop today? Nothing more, nothing less. Okay. See, you just sent this over. It said last paragraph. For now, those investors and other industry watchers are left trying to sift through the vague outlines of Microsoft's new deal. Those specifics could determine if this represents an exciting new business model for GameStop or just a small drop in physical retailers' still shrinking game sales bucket. Interesting. All right. Hey, Justin, there's you. Hey, Justin. Whoop. Justin. Of the first section there. Oh, last paragraph of the first section. Okay. First section, last paragraph. There's not much here, see you. There's not. No, I'm kidding. How big of a slice? You talk about this section, I'm sure. Is this it? If you're a gamer, you're not asking them, what console should I buy? You're asking, where's the PS5? Where's the Xbox? I don't really believe at this point GameStop could really influence it. Maybe you're... Is this it? That's not it. That can't be it. Right above where you highlighted the first time. Oh. This? Investors at large have been rather bullish on GameStop recently, even before this revenue sharing news. As of this writing, the company's stock price is up. That's not it. Right here? I'm sure they'll be discussing in more detail on their earnings reports. We'll get more color on the earnings call. Oh, shit. You are now as famous as Justin Bieber. That's right. We're saying Justin. It could be Bieber. It could be, you know. I'd say definitely on the same level. In our sphere, right? He's all over the place. Damn, I forgot this. Did I read this? I showed this. I presented this. Did I not scroll far enough? Games should have been more clear. Like, I don't remember reading this paragraph. He thinks larger and more detailed announcement might just be waiting for unconfirmed negotiations with other console. I'm sure they'll be discussing in more detail on the earnings. We definitely got more color on the earnings call. The fact that neither... Okay, so they kind of say the same stuff here, huh? This is... The fact that neither Microsoft nor GameStop is trumpeting the deal, nor revealing the precise size of the revenue share, also suggests that there's not a significant amount of revenue involved. Read the press release. The sort of vague mention of revenue. If that was a big deal, you'd make that. Makes me think it wasn't the lead. Microsoft has simply traded a minuscule chunk of some Xbox digital revenue in exchange for a GameStop commitment to use Microsoft's cloud products and tablets in its stores, as announced last week. It's going to make Microsoft as a company look much better with cloud revenue from GameStop. Confirm that same basic GameStop management. The way it's going to work is for every Microsoft Xbox. Okay, for every Microsoft Xbox console that GameStop sells going forward, GameStop will get some percentage of the revenue. From every digital full game download, DLC, microtransaction, and any subscriptions as well. Wow, yeah. That's it. Do I got it right? I hope that's it. That's got to be it. Yeah, okay, right above where it says big. My bad, CU. See? This is like to Trey's point. That's why you just see me drawing lines on a graph, because I can't even find the spot on the damn page. There it is. Sorry, CU. No experience with risk tolerance limits, Gats. I just think that as they keep on, as the losses accrue, that it just gets painful. But I have no clue, no expertise there, no experience there. So CU is saying xCloud is a subscription, and any subscriptions as well. So that's just saying though, if they subscribe, I mean, this is from Loop, but for every console, we get some percentage of the revenue from digital, that they'll get a percentage of the xCloud subscription. No, I interpret it that way. Is that not right? They would get the subscription on Game Pass, just not the doorway to incremental DLC. Oh, my head's spinning. Oh boy. You need the Xbox or PC to use xCloud. He is combining two separate things, exactly. Therefore, GME gets a cut of xCloud. Oh. And any subscriptions means all access. Okay. Sometimes late at night when I'll start disappearing, right? I start fading in OBS and I start disappearing. That happens with the chat too. Oh shit. Hey, this is a pretty good article. This is the 15th, 19, 18, 17, Thursday. Yeah. Okay. And what Justin say? He said more late. He said more during the earnings release. Maybe. I'm not sure we get much more though. I don't know about that. What'll be interesting is that if we did get another partnership announcement from a different vendor, what that would be, like what details would be divulged in that one. And then you kind of. I bet you don't get much in that one either though. That's the thing. Okay. See, xCloud is incredibly undervalued in the discussion of this partnership moving forward. It's still in its infancy. You could be right, CU, huh? I haven't heard anyone mention it, really discuss it seriously besides you. I haven't seen anything in the press releases or the dialogue. Maybe because it's in its infancy, you know? Maybe. But if you're looking out 10 years down the line, as you seem to be, it's like, hey, it seems like, yo, this stuff matters. I get that. Okay. Cody agrees. Hey, welcome, Cody. Cheers. I think I missed you earlier. Maybe we get new updates down the line, or if it evolves or something. I don't know. More details during the ER, and it will help offset price movement from the last ugly numbers. from Q3. Yeah, I'm not too worried about that. I'm not too worried about that, Dusty. It depends on your thesis, right? Everyone has different investment styles and different approaches. My particular approach, one particular quarter, it's fine. Help offset price movement from the last ugly numbers from Q3 before the. You mean from 7 years ago, before the new console injection? Wasn't the stock price cranking right before the new consoles back then? If I'm not mistaken. So you're not a big deal. Yeah, but it was even going in. Oh, this is what you're talking about. Oh, this is what you're talking about. Okay, it may have been. This may have been. So these types of things are difficult to pin to a single fundamental. It was, but some people think it could be short-sighted and panic sell. That's true, but that would just be in the short term. I would argue. I would think. Sometimes like these moves here from the true peaks in November. All right, Uber's out. Peace out, Uber. See you later. We'll keep tonight's show. We got to catch up on our sleep tonight, right? I think we're all on the same page, huh? What if we got to be ready to run later this week, just in case. Now we're at that point, huh? Isn't that nice? You got to be like kind of prepared, ready to run. Getting a cut of subscriptions. In theory, GME could get a cut of every online player in general, not just xCloud. That's the type of thing. See, yeah, maybe they announce something later, an evolution of the partnership. You know what I mean? Maybe this is just the starting point. That there's really no resistance above 16. Yeah, I don't think there is. I don't see much resist. This is why I don't see much. This is why the 15, 16 range is looking more and more interesting. I agree with whoever said that. Was it Ryan or something? Yeah, I mean that tomorrow will be a big up move. Oh, what's the futures doing? Flat. But like at the back end, that this fell from like 58 down to 36. You could argue it was overvalued back then. Can't stop. Hey, can't stop, won't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. Rockefeller, Ruckus Cuzzy. We get down, baby. We get down. Can't stop. Doesn't sound like can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. Did we ever figure out if Tin Man is Tin Man a robot? Did we decide is Tin Man a robot? I guess one person said no, so I guess that's it. That's the consensus. That's it. Ah, shit. There was one more. There was one more. Oh, I don't. Well. So, Spider Cat says yes. Young Gunners. Whoa, see, you knows it. Oh shit. That's not. Wow, see, you knows it. Young Gunners. I actually forgot who it was. Young Gunners. But that's the thing, Steve. I don't know if anyone's gonna know that song. So if I say "Can't Stop, Won't Stop," Rockefeller, "Can't Stop, Won't Stop," GameStop, but I got like an album cover or something. I don't know if anyone but see, you might laugh. Tin Man was possessed. We confirmed. Oh yeah, someone said it was possessed. Spider Cat says yes. Spider Cat, are you saying yes? Tin Man is a robot? Because this is huge, Spider Cat. If you're saying yes, Tin Man is a robot, this is big news. Anyone know why the stock always takes a nap? Oh, no. Yeah, I don't know that intraday stuff, Cody. I don't really... Oh, you're a DJ, see you? Oh, shit. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop is the new meme. Oh, is it the new meme on Stock Twits? Oh, okay. Oh, all right. So I'm already behind the times on that one, then. I haven't been able to post on Stock Twits. I am just here to cause chaos. Spider Cat is just causing chaos here. Oh, you can have a shirt made. Sick. All right. Can't stop, won't stop, GameStop. All right. If that's already a meme, we'll let that one ride then. Hey, has anyone seen Blade Runner? Yeah, see you. If you get some good tunes recommendations too. If you get some good tunes recommendations for I want to put together some. Oh, I'll get some Halloween music too. I'll try to get some Halloween music for because everyone cares, right? For the good disclaimer. I came across one that will work, but Dennis, hey, welcome, Dennis. It should come out, I think, around October 24th or so. I think a couple, like 5 more days or so. Of course, Simmons market crashed because of my life search. First or second. With what for? With the can't stop, won't stop? Oh no! If other people are already making that merch, no, they got it. They got it. Message you. I can help. Oh, can you help? Because I see you. I'll show you. I get some music from Epidemic Sound. If anyone uses Epidemic Sound, I get some tunes off there. I got an account there. Oriented the can't stop, won't stop, GameStop merch. I haven't seen the new one. Original is Ace. Oh, the Blade Runner. Yeah, okay. Okay. So I got a question. I don't want to spoil. If y'all haven't seen Blade Runner and you want to see Blade Runner, the original, y'all gotta you gotta tune out. You gotta tune out of the stream right now because I have a question for the people who have. It relates to the original Blade Runner. It has to do with Deckard. The question is, you can spoil a 35-year-old movie. That's what my friends say too. Maybe not 35. Yeah, if it's 35 years, this is a good point. And you haven't seen it yet, that's your bad. You know what I mean? What can I say? If you haven't seen it, all right. It has to do with Deckard. Because you can see the discussion tonight. I had a question about Tin Man, right? Does Tin Man count as a robot, right? Some people saying he's possessed. Spider-Cat just says yes because he's here to create chaos. But Deckard, would Deckard qualify? Could I say Deckard? Who cares? I'm not spoiling stuff. Is Deckard a replicant? Is Deckard a replicant? Tin Man from the Wizard of Oz. From the Wizard of Oz gats. You know Tin Man? You put the oil on him. What's his other thing? He goes, whoa, whoa, whoa. That guy. Oh, you think he is? Gats, do you think he's a robot? Would you say yes, he's a robot? Or are you saying about Deckard? If Tin Man is a robot, the shorts are Scarecrow. Oh, jeez. Well, we'll see. Time will tell, I suppose, on that front. It's 38 years old? Wow. I just seen it a couple of years ago. And then I saw people saying that, and I'm like, 1982? Oh, yeah, doesn't it take place in, 2017 or something? Doesn't it take place in 2019 or 2020? 2020. You think Deckard is a replicant? Whoa. Yeah, I think it takes place in 2020. It's already passed. Yeah, it already passed. I thought it passed. The timeline. Yeah. You think he is a replicant, right? That kind of. My friend said that. I was trying to collect the robot ideas, and they said Deckard. I go, whoa, hold the phone. Wait a damn second here. Are we deleting for spoil? Are they spoilers? Oh no. See, that one disappeared. And then they said, Deckard said, hold on a second, because I don't remember that being definitively the case. And then I was kind of surprised, and I'm like, whoa, wait a second. And then I did a quick search, and it looked like, yeah, did we? Oh shit. Did we? I gave the warning though. Oh shit. I hope no one said I ruined it. Oh, I'm gonna feel real bad if I did. No. I hope they tuned out if they wanted to see Blade Runner. For what it's worth, it's the original, not the new one. So, anyway, there's a gray area. For what that's worth, there's ambiguity here. So it's not like anything's defined. You can watch and let us know. Oh, that would explain it. Different theatrical cuts of the movie showed different signs that it could be the case. Oh, yeah, we're set in 2019. I thought that was the case. The original. Okay. Some pointed more towards it than other cuts. There you go. There's the confusion. Okay. All right. I don't know which one. I have no idea which one I watched, right? No clue. I mean, that sometimes those ambiguous endings are kind of fun, right? Like, did anyone have strong opinions on Inception? Y'all, I mean, you got to see Inception, right? Or before we get into an Inception discussion, right? We don't want to spoil Inception or anything, but if you want to see Inception, pause the stream here. You could. Okay, Steve Stomp can talk Inception. Oh yeah, I thought the new one was like. I thought the new one was good. I like that director who directed the new Blade Runner. I thought it was just like a beautiful movie. I mean, I didn't love like every single aspect of it like that, but I just thought it was like an experience. I saw it in the theater. I'm like, whoa. Okay, Dusty says if a remake is made, you can't be mad about spoilers. Okay, okay, making me feel better, Dusty. Thank you, thank you. You can rent. I saw that you can rent AMC for $100. I think with 20 friends. I think it's 20 friends. That's pretty sick, huh? It was a sequel, not a remake. That's right, wasn't it? Yeah. But even I think Dusty's point still. I hope Dusty's point still holds. Isn't this a sequel though? Yeah. And for Inception though, I was talk about the ambiguous endings where you go, the ending, right? Some people didn't like that. I kind of liked it though, so I don't know. I don't know how y'all feel. Apart from GameStop, do you also invest in other gaming stocks? Okay, Spider Cat, good question. Also I like Blade Runner, but it needed more cats. Oh, cheers to that, Spider Cats, huh? You gotta cheers to that. And no other gaming stock. First of all, I'm not a gaming stock expert or anything like that. Let me just tell you that I'm more of a value investor type. And because I'm more of a value investor, these other gaming stocks don't really appeal to me. I haven't seen much that is up my alley. Doesn't mean they're not potentially attractive opportunities or anything like that. I just don't have the expertise to say one way or the other. But because they don't look particularly cheap based on some traditional valuation metrics, if you will, I don't think there's another. There's no other. I don't think I have another. I'm not invested in any of the ones you listed there, but I don't even think any of the other gaming ones either. Good question. Which you could argue is a knock against my GameStop days, I suppose. But I think that's part of why the opportunity exists. It's a little bit different than many of the other gaming stocks. Like I feel like a lot of the gaming analysts have been like, GameStop, get out of here, and they kind of toss it aside, even though it's really like all the other gaming stocks traded a bit of a premium and stuff. And so that was my thinking anyway. Oh no, thanks for spoiling it. Oh no, Dusty, no. Okay, Steve Stunk. I've heard this angle before. Apparently, that wasn't his totem. That it was his wife's totem, right? I've heard this. The spinning top. Wasn't it his wife's? Is that what this is? Yeah. I've heard this angle before. I've heard this. The real totem was his wedding ring. Wait, we're kidding. AMC has a deal with Universal for cash for movies going straight to digital. Oh, has a deal with Universal for cash for movies going straight to digital during the pandemic and had a crazy bounce today. Oh, did it? Oh, AMC. I think that was in the Roaring Kitty portfolio a while back. I don't think anymore though. There you go. Oh, that's AMCX now. Yeah, so Gats likes the ambiguity too. So I did see. Okay, so Gats have to contribute something, if only the laughs. Yeah. Was there any confirmation of that stuff? I remember thinking about that, Steve. The wedding ring. I don't remember the wedding ring though. That was his totem. He had a ring during the dream. All right. And wasn't wearing it out of the dream. I see. Okay. I don't think I've rewatched it looking for that. Okay. But is there anything else, or did you just notice something like it was omission? Is that what it was just the omission of the ring, and so you're thinking that, or did something else happen that made you think the ring was the totem? Like I don't remember anything happening that indicated the ring was the totem. That was my thing. Oh my God. I don't know. Blade Runner. Nah, too many people spent hours sifting through. Okay. Just curious. But yeah, I kind of like those. Well, you know what I thought was, okay, Dark Knight Rises spoilers. Y'all have to have seen Dark Knight Rises, right? Everyone has seen I mean, come on. I can talk Dark Knight Rises, right? Hopefully. Anyway, tagging along with the Inception one, I thought, stop now because I can't talk about Dark Knight Rises spoilers here. So you got to stop the stream now. I thought the Dark Knight Rises could have ended with what's his name? Oh, I just saw Batman Forever. Don't spoil it. Okay, you're kidding. I don't know. Hey, I like that's a guilty pleasure of mine. Watching those 90s, some of those 90s like Batman movies. Some of those ones that like like if you're a real movie buff, you'd be like, that movie's not that good. But I'm like, yo, this is like kind of fun to watch. There's a lot of like movies from the 90s that I feel like that. Maybe because I'm getting older. But when he looked up at the end and he saw when they were eaten at, can I? Spoiler alert: Bruce Wayne is Batman. When he looks up at the end and they're eating, I thought the movie could have ended right there, and then you don't see what he sees. But then I thought that everyone was like, "That's dumb." I thought, it could have just ended when he looks up from what he's eating to see who he sees, the two folks at the table, and then if they don't show you, it just ends. But then that would have been too much like Inception, I think. And you probably can't do that with the Dark Knight trilogy. You probably can't end it like that. But I remember thinking, that would have been kind of you would have been wondering, did he see something? Did he see people on the other side? But I don't think that's a good experience. Dark Knight, top 10 movies of all time? I think many folks would agree with that, right? Very good, but there are some flaws with them I prefer. You prefer my ending, Spider-Cat. Is this just you causing chaos? Because when I told that to folks, they're like, what, are you crazy? And I thought, maybe. Then you don't really know what happened at the end there. I don't know. Just, whatever. All right, thank you, Spider-Cat. Cheers to Spider-Cat. Oh, shit. We haven't even been checking like what's been happening here. Oh, for real? Oh, cheers, Spider-Cat. Sick. All right, not many people do, so I'm happy to hear that. I still don't know that it's not like I so much, just another potential avenue, that Nolan style, you know? You should see some, new Barron's article out. Justin's back. Is it GameStop? What is it? Okay, let me find it. Front page of Barron's. GME not mentioning it. Son of all right. Weren't we talking about that during the stream? How it like doesn't get mentioned in some of these things? I feel like this is like, Jimmy not mentioning it, of course. Right. I feel like that's like the third time, but looks favorable. Yeah, that's right. It's still a good thing to see. All right, I'll see if I can pop that up. Can I? Oh, again. Thank you, Justin. Wait, did one more? I love the theory of the Dark Knight that the real hero was the Joker because he destroyed the underground crime from the inside. Whoa, I hadn't heard that one, Trey. Oh, you gotta let me think about that one. Oh, what's the title? Okay, new game consoles are almost here, and video game stocks keep looking better. Ooh. No, I think, or maybe not that positive. I'd say net. It's a net positive. Wait, so you're speaking of superheroes. You can play me as the new Spider-Man game on. Okay, you're right. I think if it make people look at GameStop, I think it's okay because I think like this because there's an actual thesis here that people think, oh, video game stocks, maybe they'll look into it. Right, it's not as great as it could be, but people gaming being in front of mine, I think is good enough. At least that's been my thesis. Okay, as investors ready for another season of earnings, one analyst says that video game companies are ripe for growth. That's broad enough for me, you know? He expects 90% of the increase to end up in the pockets of publishers. Okay. The new $70 price tag. Okay. Hey, there you go. Was it Spider-Cat asking about this? There's the tickers he just mentioned. $10 increase coupled with digital-only consoles and the launch event will bolster the stocks. Not only are we anticipating still strong engagement will produce another round of beat and raise results, but we believe the soon arriving new console cycle will carry key catalysts which should enhance multi-year growth prospects. I mean, it's too bad that they don't mention GameStop, but it's still... All right, right, so not a huge long article. It's kind of just an update. Still. Oh, it just came out, Justin, huh? 7:44. I think people will start. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll see. Let's see what the price action does. I think this is a net positive. Oh, the consolidate. Oh, I missed that. Beyond the new console handlers, or that the industry might further consolidate, follow Microsoft's. Or exclusive titles are one of the ways. Okay, they probably talk more about games, but I still. They mention Google Stadia. They do. No. There's been talk of Sony acquisition for some time. Google Stadia goes big. Well, for yeah, it's big set too. And further buying to lock up potential Amazon. Didn't really contribute to last quarter. I can't believe analysts. Hard to say. Net positive. You think? Wait. Do you think? Wait. That it's hard to say it's a net positive? Is that what you mean, Salaryman? I don't think it's that hard. You can disagree. That's okay. I'll tell you why. Because a big part of my thesis, as I keep on saying, is the changing sentiment around. I mean, obviously GameStop in particular, but part of that is this is a tailwind for sentiment change. The new consoles here, it's and video game stocks keep looking better. GameStop's a gaming stock. I mean, it is. It's a video game stock. There's other aspects to it, right? But when people see this headline and they think, "Oh, it's literally in the name," I think that supports it. Just search Google, right? They mention it's sublime. Oh, just yeah. Because the involvement of Google through their respective cloud game services could be an acquisition target. Okay. Amazon's offering looks better. Google's will die soon. GameStop won't stop. GameStocks. Oh, GameStop. Say that 5 times fast, Gats, huh? Say that 5 times fast. But I think probably I interpret it as some gaming. I don't know from a gaming. I don't know enough about this. Ubisoft. All right, good call, Russian. What time we got? 10:20. Oh, okay. They have good IPs and a diverse set of options. Yeah, see, I don't know enough about this angle. I assume it would be more. I assume y'all know more than me about this. I like that symptom tree worker. Oh yeah, that was you, Steve, was it? Yeah. Yeah. That was Steve Stunks. Hey, okay. Hey, Steve, are you on Twitter? Could I? Oh, you just started yesterday. Are you on Twitter? Can I do the what do you call it, tag you? Let me know. Okay. I could do that thing where I at you, you know? They included on it. I just did it with Smash. But I just searched through. Oh, you just looked through it. Okay. For those, he's talking about this one. This was Steve Stunk's idea. The stream a little while. Did I do it? Was the execution okay? I feel like I didn't know. Then I wanted to toss GameStop in there. I just toss it up there. I don't know. Good call, Steve. Cheers. Oh, used to search. Yeah. Fit to it. Like I mean, I do that too, right? I'm responding to stuff. That's how. That's. Isn't it crazy how like that's part of the research now, right? Steve says he goes on Twitter, just searches GME, and then this stuff pops up. You know what I mean? I do the same just to see what people are saying out there, and make sure you don't miss stuff. Like people are active there. I mean, a lot of social media, right? Like I know people here on StockTwits too, but yeah, it's increasingly prevalent. I agree. Like it's like a integral part of investment research now, especially marginal stuff, right? Maybe a lot of the fundamental. Not even so much the thing is like the social media might you'll pick up some tidbits that you can run with when you go start doing more serious research on your own, and so they can kind of help, like kind of like the seeking alpha articles, right? So oftentimes with seeking alpha articles they don't have the full picture, but they might get your mind thinking about stuff. If I'm awake, I'm on Twitter. Yeah, anyone bullish on Twitter? I've definitely it's been in the Roaring Kitty portfolio before. Oh, it's right close to a breakout. Oh, it's right there, huh? Oh, triple top. Not bullish on Twitter with the regulation looming. Yeah, regulation. Okay. Also, they're not doing like the whole political ads too. I know, not that I had an opinion on it, but just investors in it didn't like to see that. Just because it's a revenue stream, right? Possible revenue stream. But yeah, social media. Buys company with cash. Political ads would have been a boom. Yeah, exactly, Trey, right? That's what I was thinking. Especially in historically low. Well, is there did I miss something? Was there an acquisition with cash? I do think Twitter is undervalued. Yeah, I think so. True, Trey. I think it might be. Short term. It's not a recommendation or anything, right? I don't even think it's not even in the portfolio. But it had been in the past. Boom. Oh shit, you did. Oh. See you. Are you gonna be Hugo? Yeah, when did you mention on Friday? Oh. You did mention MoneyGram, and I said how I thought someone else had mentioned it too. Shit. Well, remember, it's not a missed opportunity yet. See you. If it goes up, if you get like a triple or something out of this, then I'll be like, shit. Like, damn, should have been listening to See You. You know, that's the thing. When people don't mention too many tickers, and then they toss one out and then it runs. I'm like, oh damn. I'm just not. It's for some reason it's not on my list. There's an avoid scandal that could be valuable on Twitter. Yeah. Oh. All right, I think I'll call it tonight. Pharaoh. Okay, yeah. That's the thing. Yeah, I think See You. I don't remember tossing too many out there, but yeah, if this thing keeps running too, like if you get back up to this range, that'll be painful because you definitely just meant. What's today? Today's Monday, right? Wait a second. Oh, that's the weekly. Oh shit. Okay. All right, so 20% move. 20% move anyway. That ain't bad. But see, I don't feel like I missed, not yet, but maybe in time. I feel like Hugo's, they keep on running. Every day of stream is like, hey, you want to check up on NTZ now, huh? Good night. Who are we? We still got a dusty night. Trey, have a nice night. See you. Steve. Justin. How many short sellers are above water right now? I know, right? How many are above water? Seriously. Good question. Cheers. 1% of them. I know, right? 140% of them? There can't be many, right? There can't be many. 1% maybe. Yeah, just looking at the chart. There can't be many. How many swimmers from the Titanic? Oh, shit. Oh, all right. Well, have a nice night, everybody. What's today? Monday? All right. We'll just watch the price action as usual, and we'll see if we get any PR. Look at that. Is that the date? No, that's the weekly. And the daily is queuing up on the RSI right there. In that 15 and 16 level, right? That's the big for the price action. If we can break above 15, break above 16, but then if there's PR, right, then it just triggers it. But we don't know. But everything keeps on supporting it, even in the short term, Yeah, which one? Oh, not VW. Oh, and Justin, I know Justin knows Tizu. He's mentioned T. When was that, That was a long squeeze just like this. Was that this one? I think it was this one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's call it 5. And then that was October. Wow, that was a long one, right? But then boom, boom, boom. Right, maybe. Later, Gats. Later, Dusty. There's a long squeeze just like we might get a VW style to top it, right? It happened twice with T. Oh, twice? Oh, was it like right here? Oh, shit, it did. Oh, yeah, Steve. Yeah, Steve, where did you post that somewhere, Steve? I saw it. No, I thought I heard someone mention. We definitely mentioned the overstock during the stream. Later, Simon. Peace out. Peace out. Oh, was it on Stock Twits? Was it on Stock Twits? Well, you know what? Wait a second. Forget. I'll look. Did something super quick. And can you not? No, I can't. I can't see it. Maybe it makes sense to some. I think it looks realistic. Wait a second. Is this it? Is this it? Wait a sec, Steve. I think I got it. Who's it? Later, Justin. Let's top 15 tomorrow. Hey, Steve, I think I got it. Is this it? Is this it? Someone sent it to me. I gotta thank them. Look at this. Someone messaged it to me. Majority of shares are held by institutions actively try to float is much lower than recorded. Yep. After forming the three white soldiers pattern, the stock may climb from 13. GME looks like it might be in a similar position as OCS. Melt up over the next 2 to 3 months. We will see the share price rise to. Strong language. GME has more shares, but a higher. What is this? Is this a weekly chart? What is this? Monthly? Is it monthly? We need October to finish higher. Is it monthly? It's monthly. I was gonna say there's only a couple of monthly. Okay. Oh, jeez. Wow. Oh, I don't think I've looked at this chart in the monthly. It's just a couple of candles, huh? Yeah, I mean, we don't know if it will actually after forming the three white soldier patterns. Oh, I see. And then you want to see the same thing, but for I see you. I mean, October has to end high, right? That would be at this point. That big green bar is November for us. OSTKs was July. Wow. Can you imagine? I mean, that's... there's nothing to... I mean, there's not much to suggest that it would would it go from... Look at that, though. So that was a triple? Yeah, I'm glad we have a link on this now, Steven, because if that happens, if we get to $100 by year end, you're gonna be famous. You're gonna be famous. I mean that if I like the I hadn't really looked at the monthly chart. 1, 2, 3. I mean it's just a chart, right? It's just a couple of candlesticks, right? It's there. What's is there? The, I don't know. Same kind of things. Activist investors, hedge funds come in. Okay, I didn't follow it too closely. Is that activist investors, hedge funds come in? And Cody wants another hedge fund. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think at this point. I think they're on the right track. To amend 13D and take higher. I mean, if another fund takes a 5% stake, that's something that could be bullish. Even again, as Justin's mentioned too, is the 5% holders not trimming is kind of bullish. Holding. Short level is significantly higher, so could push even more. That's the thing. The short interest, like I say, that's part of the reason it could fuel some of this upward move. Yeah, if it hits 100. Yeah, I know. If it hits 100, I think that... Oh, boy. I mean, if it goes to 16, then there's your 4-bagger. 5 to the 20. So this was closer to like a 6-bagger. So 5-bagger. This is the 100+ scenario, obviously, but OST gave us the chart blueprint. Sure. I'll keep an eye on this. I'll keep an eye on the monthly candles, right? Just out of curiosity. I would agree that the candles look at somewhat similar, but that doesn't mean that these are in any way correlated, right? You say the activists, the short interest, the activist the hedge funds coming in, kind of just for fun, right? It's just for fun that you might just look at something like this. But I tell you, if it has a big November, we're pulling this back up. I'm bookmarking this bad boy right here. We're gonna have a laugh, Steve. Okay, that's one of gin and tonics for everybody. This shit happens. Got that right. It's $100 topic. Jeez, huh? That's my make or break month. Wow, yeah, seriously. That's okay. You throw it out there. Let's see what happens. I haven't seen anyone else chart this, huh? Oh, jeez. But we'll end the stream on this. We'll have some nice dreams to think about this as we fall asleep, you know? Oh shit. Yeah, the slow and steady climb could be like I've been saying, Cody, like it could be a good thing that it's unfolding this way. It could be like it's just I don't know. It just all else equal, you want it to just open up at 101 day, but even still this kind of painful grind higher can be. It's a predictable stair step. It's working out that way. It's kind of holding its own. Nothing too surprising. Everything's kind of holding. Sometimes it takes a little bit more time, but I agree. It's kind of a little bit more manageable. I kind of know what you mean, Cody. Like you can manage the position. Like slow and steady, predictable step. OSTK played out over 4 months. That's slow enough for me. Right. That's not that. Oh, Justin's still here. Okay. Tizu. 2004. Yeah. So there's your first one. It went from around, just say $5, $5 to $8, and then it went boom, 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 to 100. And a couple of, look at this. This is the monthly. I mean, just absurd, right? Just absurd. And then it did it again. Justin, that's going to be pretty damn uncommon. That's going to be uncommon. Although overstock a little bit, right? A little bit, but Travel Zoo is even more absurd. That's crazy. I know, right? Yeah. If it gets halted and opens back up. Can't wait. Yeah, let's get. It should be an exciting couple remaining months of the year. You know what I mean? Like that was part of my thesis is around the consoles, right? But I mean, then as sometimes this stuff takes a little bit more time. Now it seems like they're on the right track looking longer term. So you could get some of these ones. What is this? Over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 months for Travel Zoo. This one a little bit longer. And then what was the other one? Overstock. 1, 2, just 4 or 5 months. So that to Steve's point, it's something to watch. Just fun comparisons, you know. That's why it's nice that I've felt that the GameStop thesis is grounded in there's a fundamental thesis here, and I felt that could support these upward moves. You know what I mean? Yet to be seen, but we'll see. Real quick, yeah. In GME 2013. Yeah, I remember it went down to 15 because I remember buying 15, 30, 4. It was 4. Yeah, 4x. 4x got a little bit ahead of itself maybe because then it did nothing. Right now we're only at 3x, right? I think there's more room to run. Looks same as that. Yeah. I think there's. Look at that though. It's looking good. That is a bullish monthly chart right there. And wait till it gets over. That's true. It did fall below 3. Oh, right. Yeah, it's so brief. I'm just looking in the area. New all-time high by end of November, 100. Steve, this happens, Steve. So already 4x. That's true. I wasn't so much looking at the lows, but just that downward range. Yeah, 100 would be insane. That's one of those like infinity type squeezes. You know what I mean? But if it were to happen soon, But if it would happen over months or something, who knows? Then it's more like these ones, like the Travel Suit one and the. I like those comparisons. Like I said, I'm always trying to look for the comparisons. I don't have too much experience with like crazy short squeezes, so there should be a book on short squeezes. I haven't come across. I haven't looked that much, but now, I've never cared before. Like I said, it wasn't even a big part of my thesis. Now I'm like, damn, how does these work? I did see Justin share some. Oh no, Justin's was on the short selling side of stuff. I hadn't read that book. Yeah, the volume looks terrific. And I pointed that out. It's somewhat inflated because of the short volume, but so what? This is crazy volume. Yeah, crazy volume. I forget what there was probably short interest back then too, but I can't remember what it was. It was definitely it might have been 20% range. Every big move is preceded by the big volume. Yeah, every damn thing about this is bullish on the chart. Everything looks really bullish about it. And then you get the fundamental thesis too, and then momentum, folks, and then it's 2020 and shit's going crazy. So I think we're already 2 months into the squeeze. The first part is setting up the technicals before anyone even covers. Then it grows exponentially in the final few months. I know. I don't know about the whole exponential element, but I've been thinking that this is. I agree with you that the technicals have been setting up even before there's been material closing or any closing for that matter. I don't know, but before people have really come on board with it. That's why it's good that we're already at 14 for GameStop longs. That it's good that you're already there because it doesn't seem like stuff's gone haywire. It may not go haywire. I'm not saying it will, but it doesn't look like there's been material closing. It doesn't really seem like it's gotten really a vote of confidence from the institutions. It doesn't seem like everyone's piled on board yet. GameStop's not even mentioned as a video game stock. It's so then from this is the new base, and then from here 5x from here is crazy. You know what I mean? Or another 3x from here is even would be really impressive by year end. People have been focusing on cup and handle over the last week. Look at from 2018 though. Oh, I hadn't, Justin. We got a new cup. Right, then but will the handle take a little bit of time? Right, you gotta whoop. Do we need a handle? Steve Stonk would say we don't need a month. Steve Stonk would be like, nah, keep on going. But November would be the month that would be the handle, right? Oh, or is this the handle? Oh, do you need a handle on the other side? Can we just skip the handle? Yeah, that's Steve. Steve says, can we just skip the handle? Yeah, that's. Oh shit, that's what I. Yeah. He's like, yeah, just forget the handle. Just give me the cup. Yeah, every aspect. And this is the monthly chart. This is legitimate. This is serious here. Cup and skyrocket. Steve Stunk, we'll name a new, like, will you name a new star? You name a new star after the person who found the star, or whatever it is, or we'll name this after Steve Stunks. They'll say, oh, what do you call this cupboard move? They say, oh, that's the Steve Stunk move. We not have to come up with a name if it happens. We get the cup end of October. Then handle will form. Then consoles release second week of November, and we go. So maybe a weekly if we get down to the. Oh yeah, let's do weekly. There you go. So maybe a little short, maybe on the weekly. You can still get a cup and handle. The Stonk squeeze. The Steve Stonk squeeze. The Steve Stonk squeeze. There you go. Yeah. So to Justin's point, plateaus here, maybe just flat lines. If you get bullish PR, just forget about it, right? We're just having fun talking about charts. I like this. Then you got a couple of flat weeks there, and then boom. Who knows? This is the jet burn pattern. If it works out. Yeah. Let's hope. Look at that overbought, huh? It's about to break 80. I do think if we go above 20, we for sure get massive. Yeah, above 20, that's what I've been thinking, Justin. You get to 15, but that's the thing. You might get break 15, break 16. You might get to 20 quick. Then it's only a 25% move. And then you get to 20. I've been thinking 2025. Like another double from here. Yeah, I've been thinking like another double from here. Like it just seems that they haven't even closed it. If they closed a little bit, I'd be like, all right, maybe they start closing to it. But now I'm like, they must be gigantic. And I think their thesis might be fundamentals based too. And then I'm thinking, shit, if it's, they might need much more. Like Wisink won't provide a valuation because she wants a little bit more on the fundamental side before they can support it. I think maybe the shorts view it similarly, like, oh, we need more than this before we start closing because we still feel we're right or whatever. And if that's the case, then the price action to shake them out has got to be really strong. A speculation, right? I have no idea, but that's what I've been thinking. We'll see. Nice little gap up, huh? Wow. Yeah, let's see what happens this week. Every single week. It's increasing. It sounds silly, but it's increasing importance from this price action standpoint. For me personally, I don't know about other folks, but it's validating the move and it's sticking around, and nothing is real. Everything is kind of unfolding as one might expect. It's been kind of to Cody's point. It's been kind of like it's like a manageable. It's been manageable. Doesn't mean it's going to persist, right? Could be down. What if it's down below 10 next week? Then you're like, you got to reassess everything. That's how this goes. But yeah. Let's see what happens. Let's see what's happening. Well, we'll be back on Wednesday, right? So we'll see Wednesday. But cheers, everybody. Have a nice night. Justin, thanks for coming back. Really surprised you. Any position increases? Yeah. Now the company's getting so big, Dusty, it's tough for people to... It's more expensive to increase your position and stuff from those big holders. Down below 10? Yeah. I mean, it depends. The thesis will probably still be intact. But with a stock this heavily shorted, you can have price action go all over the place. Boom, 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 boom. You got to be prepared for volatility. And if it's below 10 for some fundamental reason, then it's like, all right, then we got to reassess. But if it's only just like just because of crazy volatility, it might not be a big deal. Just something to consider. But all right, Cody, peace out, Dusty, later, see you later. Steve Stunk, the Steve Stunk squeeze, peace out. I'll catch y'all on Wednesday. Have a nice night. Catch up on our sleep on days like today, because hopefully we'll need it. Hopefully we'll be happy, you know. Let me get my stink together here. All right. Peace out.